Yes, I.
Hood Heroes TV, man. Ian,
Peace, fam. How you
Ian
doing?
Graves, we in the building, bro.
Shit.
Man, what the fuck going on out here, bro?
It's real. It's real, bro. It's real. It's real, man. We gotta use every bit of intelligence, of skill, every resource we have to get through this one. You know.
Man, this thing is it's got so many moving parts. It's changing by the day. Like you got to be on it. Something that happened yesterday might not even be in effect the next day, bro. It's moving so fast.
Yes, I. Yes, I.
A week ago, we was talking about them trying to do mandatory vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, you done had Trump reject Bill Gates. You done had
I didn't hear about that.
Trump met with Bill Gates,
Uh-huh.
and that's when it was determined that they're not going to do the ID 2020 thing
Got you.
because William Barr said that it would violate people's personal liberties.
Okay. Okay. And
So
that comes from grassroots because the biggest thing they doing now is monitoring the web, Facebook, Twitter. So they already got the pulse on that ain't gonna fly.
that's what's so crazy about it, bro. Like we have the ability in real time to shift the narrative, man.
Of course. Of course. I mean, because I told you about the hill crystal rising, right? Now, I put a post with Noam Chomsky, and he was talking about the manufacturing of consent. Now, she just did it, and then lo and behold, a day later or so, because I posted in her group, she's actually using that word. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like so, and not to say that it's just me, but there's a whole spirit to what's going on online. You know what I'm saying? There's a vibe to itself. You know what I'm saying? Like you can
Mm-hmm.
pick up what is from being online. That's if you can even pick up. You know what I'm saying? Things in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Some things are obvious. Some things you have to be somewhat tuned in general to get.
Mm-hmm. Like you literally can affect the algorithm in real time, man.
Hmm.
And I think that's so crazy, bro.
But the Matrix told you that already. The Matrix,
Mm.
the movie told you that the machine is just going to be an enhancement. If you have the ability already, the machine is going to be enhancement and an enhancement of your already God given abilities. You know.
Mm. So let's look at where we are right now. Okay, what we're looking at and what we can look at the past and see what the next play is. You have uh, two narratives moving simultaneously, and they got to figure out how they're gonna do this thing because they was trying to enforce pretty much totalitarian um, steel, iron fist, iron glove process to where
Mhm.
we're gonna choke all y'all up. Everybody is gonna be quarantined,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. But now you have a situation where, on one hand, they're saying that the rates have slowed down, and we're entering this curve flattening.
Yeah, but but then you have the second the second wave. That's always, indicative of a pandemic like this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The reinfecting, as it were. That's going to be something as well to deal with. That they have to have a contingency for.
Mm-hmm. So they're gonna try to blame. They're gonna try to blame black folks. So you're gonna have a situation where you're gonna have. So Bill Gates, Fauci, their whole plan was try to lock down the whole country. Now, the way they positioned it and say black folks are the highest group, or black folks are suffering the most, they're going to try to criminalize us
Mm-hmm.
and keep us locked down while they lift the reins of the white community and basically say, y'all freed up.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to be able to do that, though, under law.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they just do that by, through a social, not a social, but through private business. Businesses are going to come into play as to whether or not people are hiring. What I'm saying, that just whether or not you can move about, and shop and work the same way we did before. Now that we already know that that's going to be limited, and we know after this there's going to be new restrictions put in place for, or qualifications, as you were, as to whether or not you're even going to get a job. You know what I'm saying, or keep a job. There's going to be new requirements. There's going to be new standards set. Because I mean that's basically been destroyed now. You know what I'm saying? They basically have to put together a new psychological profile as to who's hireable and who's not.
Mm. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of crazy though, because how you gonna say we're not, the only way we're gonna hire you is if you take this test, this coronavirus test.
Yeah.
First of all, you can't even trust the test. The test has false positives, false
Right.
negatives,
Right.
and you have a situation where the UK, they receive 25,000 tests, and those tests were already contaminated with the coronavirus before they even gave it to their people.
Right.
So you can't even trust no tests.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Right. Right. Definitely. So I mean but at the end of the day, as we know how the social business structure goes, it's going to be it's not going to be a requirement, but it's going to be first who's going to be first hired is going to be based on a certain willingness. You understand what I'm saying, to go along with that.
Yeah. So when you look at this, let's take for example Detroit, right? They say Detroit is one of the major hotbeds right now. So the only thing about it is Detroit is supposed to be the biggest city in Michigan. It's the biggest city.
Okay.
But that city is only 7% of the population. Did you hear what I said? Detroit is the largest city in Michigan, and it's the capital. Now, I don't even know if it's the capital, but I know it's the largest city.
Yeah.
But it's only 7% of the population
of the state.
Do that math in your head. What would it take for a city to be the largest city in a state and it's only 7% of the population.
What would it take?
What would it take for the largest city
The
in the
largest.
state of Michigan
Uh-huh.
to only be 7% of the population? What would that take? That would mean that they got a lot of small ass cities in Michigan, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So 80% of the population of Detroit is black.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how, as far as population is concerned in the state of Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
guess what percent of Michigan is white?
What percent?
80%.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it totally flips. You had a larger city populated with 80% black people.
Mm-hmm.
That only represents 7% of the state
Mm-hmm.
in a state that is 80% white.
Right.
So they made all of these, basically, I'm saying all that to say the way they designed and redlined Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
it's designed like a plantation, and they purposely have all of these micro cities
Mm-hmm.
to take the power away from Detroit.
Yeah, that's gerrymandering, basically. Yeah.
Basically, that's what I meant. Instead of redlining, they straight gerrymandered.
Yeah.
You know, so I just found that, and when you look at the history of Detroit,
Well, no. Well, redlining is part of it. Redlining and gerrymandering go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a nationwide issue where all the major metropolises are the places that are majority black, or it's a lot of black folks. These are the places where they're saying because of density, the virus is going to be harder to lock down. So the people must.
Well, I did, and the article just came out. They said, Yvette mentioned that on her show as well. It's going to be 30 cities, black cities, that are not going to get any aid, any federal aid, basically. The state and the local government are going to be responsible for any recovery that's going to happen. 30 black cities are not going to get any federal aid. Majority black cities.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
You see, so they can use the numbers however they they use those numbers. That's why we gotta be on top of them, because they use those numbers. Either way that they choose. You know what I'm saying? Whichever way benefits.
Man, whichever way they benefits them. That goes down to the Constitution. However they want to use the law, they bend it however they want to, man.
Yeah. I mean, and then the only way to counter that is to be at the table, you know what I'm saying, in that debate. You know what I'm saying? For that to happen, in our favor, so I know here, here in Atlanta, that's happening. I mean, you look at Atlanta, I mean, you look at the city council, it's like, man, you got mostly a black dominated council, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still trying to figure that, how we got mayors, black mayors, city council, and black Atlanteans is still suffering the way that they do. You know what I'm saying? It's I mean, when I, in the West End where Clella Winslow was, I mean, they voted her in every year, but she didn't do nothing for black folks. You know what I'm saying? When the start of the gentrification happened, she didn't get any word out. You know what I'm saying to black folks. She didn't tell black folks of the loan opportunities and the grants. You know that were newly taking place. Mostly foreigners came in. You know what I'm saying? But she would put flyers out for little, parties or whatever, but she never put the word out in the same way. Okay, this is happening. There's new opportunities to get your houses remodeled, to get new money, to refurbish your homes, so that you could keep the value of your community. So the neighborhood wouldn't go under and people could just swoop in, what I'm saying, for pennies on the dollar. She didn't do that. I remember when I was working for the real estate developer. I remember she came in. She had a storage. She came in and was like, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you go over here and frequent this white brewery establishment? The same one on White Street. You know what I'm saying?" She was proud of that and telling me as a black man, I need to go over there, you know what I'm saying, and get involved with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I mean, how is all of that, that warehouse space that's just going to, to some yuppies making money? How is that something exciting to you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
While all the black people are being put out their homes, you're excited, and she herself, because she herself, she's been arrested for DUI. I guess she's a drinker. You know what I'm saying? So she thought I was excited. You know what I'm saying, to go over there and drink with her, with these white folks. Like, what we celebrating here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, man. I mean, shit. Down the street from there, you got, when I was living next to Gabe, when I was living over there at Gabe's house, shit, you had his house, and then right next to him, you had a house, almost $900,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, fuck, really? I mean, and that's that same house before, what was it, 100,000, 200, in a year or two, it's tripled in price. You know what I'm saying? Quadrupled in price. And again, black folks are not aware. We're not made aware of this happening. You know what I'm saying? Yet and still, the plans were known. You know what I'm saying? It's the only thing black folks who had council members weren't made aware of that, and that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It doesn't make any sense. Because I told you about how Facebook, put me in prison for a couple of days. I told you I was part of a couple of local Facebook groups, Southwest Atlanta, so on and so forth, East Point. So they put me out of those groups during that time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They put me out like 5 groups. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? So like, okay, you got a concerted effort to make sure there's a certain ideology that goes along with, the people on the ground in the community. They don't want people to know. Because I mean, because you had those black people that they hadn't had anyone in those groups like me, what I'm saying, posting the things that I was posting, what I'm saying, because, like I said, Facebook, and online, there's a vibe, and I felt the vibe. I knew that there was nobody else going to be in that group posting the type of stuff that I was posting.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew, unstated, just by the energy, the group was saying to me, this is a mixed group, black and white, but it's white ideologically dominated. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
there ain't no black consciousness allowed here. I knew that. You know what I'm saying? I knew that already. You know what I'm saying? But I do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
What exactly did you do
I mean,
to get the boot though? Because we're
let
dealing
me,
with some serious censorship, man.
it's a serious censorship. You know what I'm saying? And mainly, I was just posting things for people to be aware of the political landscape. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even going one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even about going one way or the other, because as we know, uh, you know, you know the neoliberals, the centrist Democrats. I mean, they're pretty much ideologically right along, you know, the same lines as the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as well, just even just stating, to be aware of what's going on was too much for them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. They wanted a Facebook probably where they just wanted to post about their gardens. You understand what I'm saying? Type of thing. They wanted
Okay, got you.
they wanted to post about their gardens, and then they wanted to whenever they got a chance to bang on some black politician. You know what I'm saying? Black and white. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? And I think to some degree, that's why they keep a black city council as a cover. You know what I'm saying? For all the moves that they're making. You know what I'm saying? They say, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? You got this black city council, and and black people are not as reticent to bang on them. You know what I'm saying? Just because we know, we're all we got. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. So it's like we're in a political rock and a hard place like that. And especially even on the local level. You know. So I mean, I'm
Yeah,
trying.
yeah.
I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, just make people aware. And they just like, we don't want to be aware. We just want to vote for who they tell us and do what they tell us. And if you go outside of that, you know, we don't want you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, the information that I'm giving, the white folks, they have it. They just are not posting it in the group. You know what I'm saying? They want to give off this
Mhm.
air as if somehow there is uh, uh, uncaring about politics as they are, and that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? They interact with us to give us that impression, but that's never been the case. You know what I'm saying? They joke around, they play games. Even just like Biden. You know what I'm saying? He jokes around with black people, shoots the shit, whatever and whatever. But he's a political narcissist. You know what I'm saying? He's on ADHD. He knows, strategically what moves to make and what not to make. You know what I'm saying? All the while he's playing this wolf in sheep's clothing type of thing.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. But we not falling for it at the end of the day. But they still trying the same tricks, bro.
Well, I mean, the trick is to keep black people unconscious, because I don't think that this is something that we could win. It's something that we have to continually be aware of. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of black people aren't willing to take that 24/7 responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Because it is. You know what I'm saying? That's right now, to be a citizen, you have to be aware and responsible 24/7. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of folks ain't willing, for the price of freedom, to be on top of all this. You know what I'm saying? They're not willing to do that. You know. Just like when Martin Luther King's time. You know what I'm saying? They put him out of Atlanta, told him to go somewhere else to start his campaign because, like, we're not interested in what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Even though the world was changing, they didn't want to have no part of that change. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to be responsible for that because that's work. You know what I'm saying? That's work. A lot of folks are not willing to do. They're not willing to stay aware. But that's a character flaw. You know what I'm saying? That's a character flaw that and to some degree that's a spiritual gift. You know what I'm saying? That you have to have. You know what I'm saying? To live your life, and at the same time be about this politics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a certain level of balance, man, because what do they call it? The hierarchy of needs.
Mm-hmm.
So you're so busy focusing on the struggle and surviving, you don't have time to be as concerned about the world around you in a larger sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But not
So they make
understanding
sure.
it's not. That's
Go
the
ahead.
world around you isn't even the largest sense. You know what I'm saying? The world around you is actually the world. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that politics, it don't matter. It don't matter what else you're doing other than that. Whatever else you got going on, the politics is going to enhance it or it's going to put a halt to it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know. So we gotta stop playing and be like and understand that's what it takes. That's what it's always taken. You know what I'm saying? It's always taken, people to be engaged, in a level of self-determination. You know what I'm saying? In a country where, in the richest country in the world, the requirements are different than what they are in third world countries. You understand what I'm saying? If in a
Mm-hmm.
first world country, you can't say, just be happy that you're catching the bus or this or that. In a first world country, we should be living a first world life. You know what I'm saying? We should all have cars. You know what I'm saying? Just no
Exactly.
question. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not, you know what I'm saying? In a first world country, the requirement is to be a part of politics. You know what I'm saying? Or else you're left out. It's not like third world countries, you know what I'm saying, where politics is done a little different. You know what I'm saying? Where you can just gather a consensus, you know what I'm saying, and then make things happen. No, this in real time, 24 hours a day, you have to be on top of this. This is just that we reincarnated. We incarnated into this. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it takes. You know what I'm saying? We can't say, you know what I'm saying, you know what? We can just be the original man and go back to living, you know what I'm saying, the good life. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This is the
Yeah.
good life. You know what I'm saying? Right now.
Exactly.
This is the good
Right.
life. You know. And if we're not doing what it takes to maintain the good life, then we're not gonna have that good life. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter.
Man,
It don't
and
matter what we know. It don't matter what we know about any other ancient culture, this, that, and the third. We have to deal with the reality that we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no, FOI plan. It ain't no African nationalist plan of being separatists and living off the grid. That's going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Because we know that now, because if it ain't America dominating, shit, China's going to come in. You know what I'm saying? You know what
mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I mean, shit. Don't think that, you know what I'm saying, that, there's ever going to be a time, technology is not going away ever again. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going away ever again. The dominance of technology, now that it's here, it's never going to go away, probably in the history of humanity ever again. So don't think that we can ever go back. You know what I'm saying? We're never going back to where technology is not going to be the dominant thing on the planet. Because if you think you take down one country's technology, you know what I'm saying, or it goes down, there's always going to be another country that's going to come back, and fill in the void.
Feeling that void. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that's, I mean, that's just where the consciousness of where humanity is. Humanity now is linked up with the AI. We're not going to do without that ever again, ever
Right.
again, ever again. You know what I'm saying? So don't think
Yeah,
that.
but go ahead. Go say, don't think
I
that
mean,
well.
just reiterating. Don't think that, like I said, electricity, computer technology, all of this, you know what I'm saying, is now within the collective unconscious. You understand what I'm saying? It's so even if a catastrophe does happen, we're gonna put up we're gonna aim. Our aim is not gonna be, oh, now that the technology is gone, we can just live like we was doing in the ancient days. No, the collective unconscious, you know what I'm saying, even in you, is gonna be like, okay, how do we get these lights back up? You know what I'm saying? How do we get this grid put back up? You know what I'm saying? And you might not even went to school, but you're gonna take your ass over there and try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's because
Yeah.
the subconscious in you is going to drive you to that. You know what I'm saying? The subconscious is going to say, okay, this is where humanity is. You know what I'm saying? To be human is to live with technology. So, like I said, that's now within our DNA. You know what I'm saying? There's no extricating that reality, you know what I'm saying, from us. So we have to understand that, you know what I'm saying? You have to be
Yeah.
aware of that when you're making your moves and you're choosing what your goals are going to be. You know what I'm saying? This is not about being for imperialism. This is understanding that whoever is in charge, they're going to dominate with technology. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you or them. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you or them. You know what I mean? That there's no other way to put it. You know what I'm saying? We're not, the planet now, with the level of population, you know what I'm saying? Not to say it's a bad thing, but we're not on that level now, you know what I'm saying, where we're just going to be everybody's to themselves type of thing, because you also have a level of conflict that that technology to some degree, has eradicated within us. You know what I'm saying? Because when you had it to where everybody was in the agrarian state, you had a lot of fighting going on. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like,
Right.
okay, the more land you have, the more ability you have to produce for your kin, for your family, for your tribe. But now that
Right.
technology is here, you can have what we have now. You can have large, miles and miles and miles and miles stretch of people, and just a farm over to the side, so people are cool living right up under each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're fine
Mhm.
with that. You know what I'm saying? Because there is no fight over the land, because the land, every stretch of land is not necessary to grow food on. So that alone, that inner or subconscious idea that technology allows us for a certain level of peace, you know what I'm saying, to take place on the planet, where people are not warring with each other over land like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not valuable no more because of technology. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's
Yeah.
that's deep in our subconscious. You know what I'm saying? We didn't forget that. You know what I'm saying? Now that it's here, we like, yo, we need technology to make sure we ain't at war 24/7 like we used to be. You understand what I mean?
Right. Because it's a certain level of interwovenness to where we can move around without moving around. And
Hmm.
we just like you say, we literally don't have to occupy every stretch of land, but we still have access to resources. But with that being said, on the flip side, we still need those agrarian skills.
Hmm.
We still need that skill set. Not saying that each one of us need that skill set, but we don't need to be dependent, so dependent on the system to where if things go left, we in a horrible situation. We still need to be able to have the ability to grow our own food and be agrarian. In the case of, things going black. Now, I agree with you. We're going to always have this relationship with technology, but we need to be able to govern ourselves accordingly in that situation, to where I always say, pimp the robots.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the robots pimp you.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, so when we evaluate what's going to be the goal going forward, within the system or outside of the system, we have to take that into account. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that a lot of people do take that into account. I think a lot of people, especially conscious Black folks, they think technology and white people is synonymous, and it's not. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Just because you have Bill Gates doing what he's doing, it doesn't mean that technology, that the ID chip and that kind of technology is synonymous with being white. That's what they want you to think. You know what I'm saying? They want you to think, you know what I'm saying, that white and technology are one and the same. You know what I'm saying? When we know Black people are the inventors of all technology.
Technology.
I mean, you mean the cell phone and all the shit.
Bruh, the wheel.
I mean, everything they're utilizing, you know what I'm saying, today came from Black folks. You know what I'm saying? So, we in our minds think that somehow the way things that are going, as far as technology is, that's just the white man's doing. But it's not. The white man just understands how things are going, and he's capitalizing on it. But that doesn't mean that there's some nefarious plan, you know what I'm saying, just outright to be like, okay, let's just have all just AIs everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Not all white people are about that. You know what I'm saying? But they do understand the importance of technology in the role of setting up government. You know what I'm saying? And how we're going to govern, how we're going to govern ourselves. Technology has to be a considerable factor into how we set that up from how we relate socially. I mean, look at Facebook. Look at the internet. You know what I'm saying? It now, as we was talking about, is part of who we are. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to go back to, you know what I'm saying, to doing without, communication through technology. You know what I'm saying? So we have to factor that in when we think about, what we need in the future as Black people. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us think that somehow, we can just get our own land. But you know what I'm saying, land, and you're not set up with technology and infrastructure, you're crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You are crazy. You got to have the infrastructure.
You know what I'm saying? I
mean, you got to have the technology.
Black folks are like, oh, we got this farmland, but look, understand, put all these people there with just farmland and no infrastructure, you're gonna have civil war all day. You understand what I'm saying? If you're gonna make it so that everybody has to farm, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be civil war. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if you have an infrastructure and you have an agricultural wing of the government, that no matter whether or not you're able to produce or not, you know what I'm saying? Personally, we're going to make sure the government is involved in agriculture. Then I don't have no interest in being at odds with my neighbor. But I'm just saying that's not taken into consideration. You understand what I'm saying? And so just giving you land without the wealth, you know what I'm saying, to build up that infrastructure that's a pipe dream. You understand what I'm saying? That's a pipe dream. You know what I'm saying? That's not real. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We have to have the infrastructure. We have to have the resources to be able to build that infrastructure. Actually, otherwise, you're talking about having large tracts of land that's, you know, and then thinking that you're gonna sustain yourself, you know, socially and politically, you know what I'm saying, amongst our own selves. That's not gonna happen unless, of course, you know, you're thinking that, okay, you know, you're gonna run it from a religious perspective like the Amish. You know what I'm saying? That other than running it like the Amish, it ain't real. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't
Mm.
real. That ain't real. You know what I mean? You know, the NOI talking about we just got land to grow food. That ain't no plan. You know what I'm saying? Don't come to me like somehow you know you got this bright idea just because you want 40 acres and a mule. That is not enough. In in
So,
in the first world, 40 acres and a mule is not nearly enough worth shit. Just to tell you.
no. Now, 40 acres is a lot, though.
No, but like I said, without the structure put in place, I mean, just look at Laos, Cali, and Alabama. You know what I'm saying? You got to have running water. You know what I'm saying? You got to have places where you can go use the restroom. You understand what I'm saying? Look at Laos County where, you know, their septic tanks not being serviced by the government. You know, they got sewer backed up through up under the ground all over the city. You understand what I'm saying? It's just seeping out of the ground. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they got land over there. Ain't nobody coming and taking their land. You know, nobody don't want it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
but look at the result of that. Look at the result of them having their own land without having the infrastructure to even build a proper sewer system.
Hello, Moto.
You understand what I'm saying? You know that you that's not a wise move. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a wise move. You got a lot of black folks now with land. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have the infrastructure, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's just like you got to you got to have a situation to where you got to take into account catastrophes that's going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? Look at
Yeah.
look at what we live in now. You know, you think put all them people on that land, a catastrophe happened, you know, and you don't have no infrastructure, no technology, you know what I'm saying, to buffer you. You know, you basically just put people into a steel trap. You know what I'm saying? And you put a bomb in a match. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. A pandemic happened, you know what I'm saying, within that situation. I'm just saying people are not looking at, you know, they're not taking into account where we are as a humanity and the collective conscious of human beings, period. You know what I'm saying? You just can't put people on no land no more. That's done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just basically based off this corona thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Whether or not even a virus happens naturally, shit, somebody else, because you had the folks talking about, the Nazis and the white supremacists talking about they want to infect motherfuckers. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going to happen without infrastructure. Without a infrastructure, bro, 40
Mhm.
acres and a mule is not a viable, sustainable way for us to go. You know what I'm saying? Period. Period.
Right.
Period. Because white America is even saying, "Fuck, we need infrastructure. We need more infrastructure than what we got."
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm saying this is 2020. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
not the fact that technology is indicative of the fact that our consciousness is growing, because consciousness and technology are not necessarily synonymous in their evolution. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we have to understand, you have to be wise and understand that if you are conscious, know that technology has to be part of whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And you need resources, you need wealth to make that happen. The
I
land.
totally agree with you. Now I got a question for you.
uh
What's more important than reparations? What's more of a priority for us right now? than reparations? What's more important?
What's more important?
Hmm. What's more important than reparations right now?
Ain't nothing more important than reparations.
Aha.
Ain't nothing more important than that. I mean,
Aha. No, no,
on
no.
what
I got,
scale?
but guess what? I beg to differ.
But you set me up. What is it? What is it? What is it?
The people. The
Because
people who,
you knew I was going to agree with you either way, but
yes, the people who the reparations is supposed to go to. That's more important than the reparations. Because without no people, without viable people, what's the point of even having reparations without the people?
well, that's what I said. So when you ask that question, I'm like, okay, who are you talking about? Because if you're talking about you and I and folks like you and I, that's already a that's already a given. Yeah. So that's already a given. We knew, you and I, we had to grow to where we were. You know what I'm saying? To even appreciate what reparations was. You know what I'm saying? That's
Exactly.
we yes, definitely.
If there's no people, then what's the point of reparations? If there's no viable people. Now, the reason why I brought that in is because we're talking about technology and the importance of it and how we're gonna have to have a relationship with it. I agree with you, but the balance that needs to take place with that is, as you can read now, Detroit. Back to Detroit. It's the fastest. It's where the fastest rates of what they're saying COVID-19 is taking place. But we can't even talk about how they're trying to say Black folks are the leading cases without talking about the circumstances that we were already in. We were already in dire circumstances.
Yes.
And Detroit illustrates that perfectly. This article is from 2017. Detroit is the unhealthiest city in America, study says. You know what I'm saying?
That is what it says. So I didn't even become aware. I read it, but I didn't become aware of it until you said in America.
Right. They say it's the most unhealthiest city in America.
And you got a large population of Black folks there.
80%. 80% Black. This is not by chance. Detroit isn't unhealthy so we have to just keep that in mind, that we can't even have a discussion about COVID-19 without addressing reparations, without addressing the historic circumstances that our people have been placed under to cause us to be in the situation we're in health-wise.
Yeah. Because they talking about the meat supply is dwindling. You know what I'm saying? That in itself, you know what I'm saying? We don't have enough people who are vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? Let's just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it to where we understand what Bill Gates is doing, what he's doing, talking about CO2 in the air is depleting the ozone. But why are you not talking about the fact that the growing of animals, you know what I'm saying, the harvesting of animals, all right, is a large contributing factor to the CO2. You understand what I'm saying? That not only you're talking about these animals breathing out CO2 themselves, which you don't talk about. You don't talk about reducing the animal population. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not talking about the waste product, right? That that the waste that the animals produce. You know what I'm saying? Is one of the highest dangers environmental toxicity that's happening on the planet right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? One of the biggest polluters on the planet is the raising of animals. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, their waste product is giving off tremendous amounts of CO2 just by itself. You know what I'm saying? So if you're serious about climate change and all this, why are you not talking about that? Why Peter don't talk about, you know what I'm saying, the way that these animals are raised and produced, you know, in these inhumane ways, and the ways in which, you know, they are polluting the country as we speak. You know, I don't have the articles in front of me, but you know, but I read them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have a pig farm. A pig farm can devastate, you know what I'm saying, a whole state. You know what I'm saying? One pig farm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Devastate. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no regulation on the waste product. You know what I'm saying? So they just dump the waste product, you know, anywhere that they want. You know what I'm saying? It's not labeled you know, a chemical toxin, but it is just as dangerous as that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we have to take these things into account. Yes, when we're talking about the way things are strategically placed, you know what I'm saying? Strategically, you know, we are taught to live a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And to accept a certain lifestyle. And that is, you know, and I'm not even just promoting vegetarianism, but you know, but as always, I'm telling you, you know, you got to think outside of the box, just because. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and not only that, we're not even going to have a choice anymore in the matter if we
Right.
don't get this thing right. They've been able to use a form of bio warfare, as far as I'm concerned, to where if you don't maintain your temple, you will succumb to something that's not in your control. You won't be able to control your situation.
No.
You know?
I mean, you look at the what was it? The bovine virus. You look at what was it? Mad cow disease. All right. Mad cow disease. You had the epidemic of people getting mad cow disease because of the fact is the way that they were producing the meat. You know, they were grinding up the nervous system of these animals,
Mm-hmm.
and just letting it go, you know, with no code enforcement. And so the, you know, the toxicity of the neurochemicals in these animals were affecting other animals, because they were feeding other animals. You know, they were grinding up cows, feeding them to other cows with this toxicity in it, right? And then people were eating, you know, these cows who had this mad cow disease, these chemicals coursing through their veins, and they were coming up with these same neurological issues. You know what I'm saying? There was an epidemic. You know what I'm saying? So the FDA said, okay, let us do something now. You know what I'm saying? But you should have been doing something already. You should have been looking at that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's not going. But the thing about it is, we're okay. So just take COVID for instance.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to lighten. They're not going to lift the shutdown in these black cities until we are no longer sick.
Viable. Uh-huh.
So that's the only way that's going to happen, being that we're talking about a population that does not have health care. Health care isn't going to come down the pipe from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about people that want to keep us sick.
Right.
So we're going to have to heal ourselves, man, when it comes to this.
Right. Right.
That's crazy. We're going to have to do that ourselves, though. We can't depend on nobody else to do that. So that means we're going to have to make changes on our own.
I mean, we are. I mean, and like I said, when you're structuring a society, you have to understand, are we going to base our society on eating meat or not eating meat? You know what I'm saying? That has to be a question. Just as we determine the, how we're going to interact with technology, we have to determine, you know what I'm saying? We have to make that determination. How important is meat in our diet? You know what I'm saying? Is meat more important than having a viable community?
Man, you know how I feel about that. But everybody don't see it the way we do, bro.
I mean, but that's just common sense, though. If you're serious about nation building and so on and so forth, you just have to ask serious questions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, bro, I came to where I came to this point, just based on who I am. But I'm not requiring everybody else, but I am requiring based on what you're faced with at the moment. There's certain logical choices that you got to make. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you feel, it don't matter what I feel.
Yeah.
Even if I'm already doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying? I can't say, once, okay, you ain't like me, whatever, you don't feel like I feel, but I'm just saying. But when the push comes to shove, you know what I'm saying, and you got to take the red pill or the blue pill, nigga, just because I already made the right choice, nigga, you can't just say, okay, oh, well, you've been doing it for this long or whatever. You gotta make the right choice, or you're taken out. You know what I'm saying? You're taken out. You know what I'm saying? This is not.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's like the hierarchy of needs. Once again, before we could say, "Oh man, we ain't got time to do all that health stuff. We trying to live." But guess what? You're not going to be able to live anymore without being healthy.
Exactly. I mean, I'm just looking at me, right? I wouldn't have made it this far. The amount of stress and the situations I've been through, you know what I'm saying, that I had to survive in my life, I wouldn't have made it if I wasn't vegetarian. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? I would have been taken out a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to be here, but only by the fact that, I understand nutrition, and I'm vegetarian, that I survive. You know what I'm saying? The way that I had. You understand what I'm saying?
Bro, I understand what you're saying, man. I do. I understand what you're talking about, bro. But our people, man, our people, will they grasp onto that? Or will they just be like, you know what? We're going to keep living how we living, and we just going to wait for this vaccine to come down the pipe. And we're going to run to this vaccine. A lot of folks will say, okay, let me choose health, being healthy, being vegan, being alkaline over vaccines. I'm gonna go with these vaccines, man. I'm gonna wait for, and that's where the technology thing come back in.
Right.
That's a part of technology. We're gonna have to make a choice on how we engage with technology. And some things we got to deal with our real technology, the higher level of technology, which is that internal technology.
Yeah. I mean, and I was just looking up. Tuberculosis used to be a big problem just in the American culture. You know what I'm saying? Just in America, period. You know what I'm saying? Tuberculosis used to kill a lot of people, but not understanding that tuberculosis comes from milk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so you got doctors and scientists trying to work on fixing and healing people, and it's a pandemic. Tuberculosis was a pandemic at one point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, but understand, if you don't drink the milk, you don't get it.
Right.
You don't get it. So did they think to say, you know what? Let's have y'all folks stop drinking the milk. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
No,
you can't get rich off that, bro.
and I'm not even saying on their side. I'm talking about on the people who kept choosing to drink the milk.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
yo, I can't live without this milk. I'm gonna have to roll the dice on this tuberculosis.
Yeah. But that's what folks gonna be doing with the COVID, man. They say, man, I gotta be alkaline. Shoot, man, let me roll the dice with this thing and hopefully they got a good shot waiting for me.
Yeah,
That's crazy, man. But that's what it's getting to.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you got the standard American diet, SAD, which basically is all about uh,
The
having
the the
a
the, co- the
acidic,
comorbidity.
yeah, the
The
comorbidities, man, them damn
comorbidity.
comorbidities.
I mean, we know that come from diet, but you see, ain't none of these motherfuckers saying shit about the Black American diet.
Cause
Why?
you can't, cause you can't
Why?
make money off that, bro.
Why? I'm talking about even these so-called concerned black folks. They ain't
Man,
saying
bruh, the concerned black folks have comorbidities,
they
and they
ain't
don't
saying
want, they don't want to give up their position as being. Well, depends on what concerned black folks you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about concerned leadership or you just talking
leadership.
about.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
well,
they
well.
don't want to give up their position, bro.
You got folks, even just regular folks saying, as we mentioned before, smoking, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, whatever, what have you. But these same folks ain't talking about the diet either. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about smoking because we talk about smoking, drinking, whatever. Don't mention those things and then don't say nothing about the diet either. You understand what I'm saying? But you can't say anything about that because then you talking about infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? You talking about comorbidities and diet being related to infrastructure, and black people living in food deserts. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm,
they don't talk about, and they're scripted not to talk about certain things that lead to a problem of infrastructure, you know what I'm saying, that black people have no control over. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
They'll bang on black folks, but they won't bang on black folks to the things that are a definite finger pointer to infrastructure and redlining and so on and so forth. They're clear on that. They're clear on that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? The leadership, especially, they're very clear on not saying anything that leads back to a problem of infrastructure in the black community. That they, you know what I'm saying, in their separate but equal ideology have caused to have a negative impact on black people.
Mhm.
You know,
I'm just looking at it. Detroit earned a health score of 28.37 in the study based on rankings in healthcare, food, fitness, and green space, which means recreation access, hiking trails, and quality parks. Detroit ranks low in every category, but especially low in healthcare and fitness. To determine which areas prioritize residents' well-being, well, Wallet Hub's data team compared 150 of the most populated U.S. cities across 34 key indicators of good health. Our data set ranges from cost of doctor visits to fruit and vegetable consumption to fitness clubs per capita. And so when you in a situation of a desolate city, you know, where it's basically been stripped down since the riots, you've had the auto industry leave up out of there. You got the comorbidities, you got the pollution, you got the bad water and the air. of course they're gonna be number one in a pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But with
Yeah.
all that being said, it can be turned around. So my thing is this: what I would like to do, I'd like to reach out to a holistic family member that's doing the work on the scene and get them to implement and see if they would like to implement some type of health protocol to turn our situation around in these cities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it needs to be a total health protocol, man. If not, we're looking at being quarantined forever.
It
It's
is.
gonna be a police state.
I mean, I mean, as you were saying that, I was thinking back. I had a girlfriend from Ivory Coast. Now it's called Cote d'Ivoire. But
Yeah.
I mean, in her situation, you know, where she comes from, meat was almost like a luxury. You know what I'm saying? It's like they would eat meat on special occasions type of thing because people didn't have the money. You know what I'm saying, to eat, you know, meat all the time like that. So when they did eat it, you know what I'm saying, when they spent that money, they're like, okay, we got to have good reason. You know what I'm saying? So part of the whole thing in the black community is that because, you know, when we talk about lifestyle, we also talk about psychology. You know, psychology goes with lifestyle. So there's a certain kind of psychology that says that if you can eat meat and smoke a blunt, you're living like a rich white man. You understand what I'm saying? So we've
Mm.
been down so low, you know, we fetishize, you know, certain things that represent wealth. And eating meat is one thing, you know,
Mhm.
in the collective unconscious, you know, on the planet right now, eating meat actually is a luxury. You know what I'm saying? And we're afforded that as black folks in America. They allow us to eat as much meat as we want. You know what I'm saying? To placate our ego. You know what I'm saying? You got black folks talking about they want to eat a steak. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even like the steak is that good. It's, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's the feel you get from saying that I'm eating a steak. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had a time when Facebook and social media just first got popping. You had motherfuckers, you know, going live talking about they eating steak. That was like a big thing for black folks. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see white folks do. You saw black folks going live talking about they eating steak because it was part of their psychological infrastructure, you know, what were they, a patchwork infrastructure, you know what I'm saying? As we don't have the real thing, you know, we had to put other things in its place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black folks who smoke weed, they not doing it. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, you know, as we know, just on common sense, the high don't do the same no more. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
A lot of folks is just like smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It ain't even all that. Y'all,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, the hype around smoking for a lot, you know what I'm saying? Maybe for someone who just starting out, but for a lot of y'all that's been doing it for a while, y'all gassing this shit up like it's
Mhm.
to you. And you know it ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's part of the psychological high that you get when you smoke it because you feel like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm living the life. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, I'm living a life because I got this weed because it costs because that's a extra, you know, cost. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of people don't have the money to do it. So you know, when you smoke that weed or whatever, you know, in the back of the mind, subconsciously, you're like, okay, I'm rich.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When I eat that piece of steak, I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was the rollout for the initially for people smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? You know, the way people, you know, got addicted to cigarettes wasn't because of the nicotine. It was because they was telling them
Status. Yeah.
yeah, you have reached this status if you're smoking a cigarette now. So I mean, we're not looking at, you know, the deep related psychological problems that are associated with our diet and our lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And we're not being honest in a lot of cases about it. You know what I'm saying? The people who are doing it and the people who are not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about changing our lifestyle and having a health protocol, we have to have a psychological protocol as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like a lot of folks that's eating this meat, like, yo, y'all know that shit ain't good. Y'all don't ate too much meat to at this point to be, you know, licking your fingers. You know what I'm saying? Like you done something. You understand what I'm saying? Stop it. Stop it. You know, stop it.
Yeah, and then see, this is the thing too. Now, it's not, as far as eating meat is concerned. I'm not meat shaming anybody that's eating meat. If they have, if their body and their gastrointestinal digestion is intact to where they shitting it out real good, I'll take that. I'll deal with that.
No, I mean, I don't ever tell people. I've never in my life told any person, you know what I'm saying? Even though I've been healed, you know what I'm saying, based on the herbs and the vegetarian, I've healed myself over, you know, too many times. I don't go promoting it to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
To nobody, because like I said, I don't know that how their system is at the moment that he, you know, some people's systems can't just go over, but at the same time, you can eat responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
can't eat responsibly, you know what I'm saying, instead of from this narcissistic uh retarded mindset that you gotta
Mm-hmm.
have meat, you know what I'm saying, from a psychological need. You know what I'm saying? Those are
Mm-hmm.
where to the point to where you can eat a whole meal with no vegetables and no fiber. That's madness. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are. If you don't have no fiber in your life,
Yeah.
you ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Even it, you know, that's not, you know, that's not, you know, that's not logical. You know what I'm saying? You got to be responsible. You got to understand. You got to be like, okay, I got to eat to live. You can
Mm-hmm.
eat and live. You know what I'm saying? Of course. But you got to understand how to do that. And they haven't even taught you how to eat meat properly. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got you eating all this meat protein, right? And
Mm-hmm.
taking the fat out your diet. You
Right.
cannot digest protein without fat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
what the fat, you know, is what causes the certain gastric and you know juices. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Start breaking it to break it down. So you got talking about low fat. You got a low fat diet, high protein. You're dead, bro. You're dead.
Mm-hmm.
You're dead. You're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Period. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Do what you do, but do it with awareness and with intelligence at least.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Do what you do, but if you're gonna do that, study on how to break the food down, chew properly. A wise person once told me many moons ago, chew your fluids and drink your foods. Chew your fluids and drink your foods. Meaning you're supposed to chew that food up so much to where you can drink it. That's the first part. That's the first place that digestion takes place.
Mm-hmm.
Mixing it up in your mouth. But
Yeah.
folks go in and the burger be totally intact, by the time it reaches the stomach.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
didn't chew it, you inhaled it. You didn't chew.
Right. And if you're not drinking the water too, right? So you got to get the system a chance to even get started. So chewing activates the whole digestive system in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? Drinking, and I told you the book, The Body's Many Cries for Water. If you don't have a store of water, right? The water supplies everything. So so people who have ulcers, right? People who have ulcers and heartburn and all this, it's because they don't drink enough water. Because what happens is the gastric juices don't flow because you don't have no water to give any liquidity to it in the first place.
Yeah. I totally agree, man. I want us as a people to defeat our comorbidities, our health situation, and not be in fear of this boogeyman called COVID-19, to where you're going to wear a mask and gloves for the rest of your life. Are you going to do that? Are you really going to do that for the rest of your life?
Right.
Do you know it's trillions of viruses within the human body? So you can't run from a virus.
No.
You have to strengthen your immune system.
I mean, and as we know, the kombucha that we drink, those are bacteria. So
exactly.
we're purposely putting bacteria in our bodies because of the fact is those bacteria eat the other bacteria. You know what I'm saying? So this is about balance. This is about understanding. You know what I'm saying? And when I remember back when you remember when Trump went at Iran, right? My first, the first instinct black folks was like, because black folks already in a bad place. So when black folks saw that what Trump was doing, we was more scared than anybody else.
Right.
Like, oh shit, on top of everything else, goddamn, we going to war.
On top of everything else. Yeah.
Everything else. But for me, the saving grace was I'm ADOS, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I'm American. So all I did was dig more into my ADOS identity. You know what I'm saying? And when I anchored myself in that, I lost the whole psychological fear that I had. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm American, they're gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? If we go to war, because understand, when we go to war and there's fighting, we're like a little child. We think everything revolves around us. You know what I'm saying? Anytime any kind of death or morbidity is, or killings is happening, we like, okay, we're next. You understand what I'm saying? But that's when you tie yourself in psychologically as being the bottom cast. When you actually see yourself, you know what I'm saying? The reality is we are the bottom cast, but psychologically, when you walk around, like a lot of people do, like a lot of people, black people do, even if they're black leaders, right? They still know that they're the bottom cast, right? But with the ADOS, I'm like, yo, I'm the original American, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I didn't condone this shit. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't condone that shit, nigga. You need to be coming to me, asking me politically, from a international politics perspective, what we need to be fucking doing. You know what I'm saying? The black folks, what do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, yo, nigga, you ain't come to me, nigga. So whatever you're doing, motherfucker, is on you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not tied into that ADOS, you're going to knee jerk to everything. And that's what they're doing with politics. They're like, oh, you're going to take down Joe Biden is because you don't know that you're ADOS. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have nothing else to stand on. You like, okay, Master sick. Fuck, if they take him down, what do you think they gonna do to me? You understand what I'm saying? But I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, nigga, I'm ADOS. Take all these motherfuckers down.
Yeah. Take them down. Take them down. Yeah.
You know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
yeah.
You know,
We
take
supposed to be sitting back and like we don't understand our wins, man. We don't understand. We don't even know when we win.
mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm.
Biden being the nominee, and a lot of people are gonna disagree with this. Biden being the nominee and Trump winning the election, winning this time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a win for us, man. I know that's
Mm-hmm.
bad news. I know that don't sit well with you. Yeah. But that's a win, man. That's a win that Trump gonna win again, bro. And the reason why I say that is because that damn DNC, that Democratic Party, they thought they was slick. They thought they was slick, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And we showing that no, you're not gonna be able to pull that jive time stuff on us. You gotta have a black agenda with reparations at the centerpiece
Mm-hmm.
of the black agenda for
Well,
us to even support you.
I mean, understandable. You know, the thing that we don't understand, and this is why psychology and spirituality is so important in this space, is that you got to understand, because you got to get into the head of these people and understand that a Republican is less likely in this international corporate age. A Republican is less likely to do some shit than a Democrat. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
because a Republican, he's like, okay, he got to do business based on the fact that he's turned a new leaf. You understand what I'm saying? So even before we even demanded anything, he gonna do some dastardly shit, but he's
Mhm.
only gonna go so far. You
Right.
you you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he hasn't shook off that slavery shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But when you talking about a white man who shook off the slavery shit, you know
Yeah.
that nigga can do anything.
That's the most cutthroatest of them all.
That nigga can do anything.
Yeah.
He can go to a black person he know don't have jack shit to defend himself and be like, oh, and pick a fight with him as if somehow that's his equal, and be like, okay, I got in a fight with this guy and shot him in the head, right? Because I was threatened by that motherfucker. So we give this idea, right, that these folks with these guns that's shooting and killing black folks are Republican. No, these Democrats, nigga. These
I know.
Democrats. These
Yeah.
Democrats, they're like, oh, black people and white people, we equal. So when you threaten me, right? I gotta pull out this gun because I'm afraid of you. But see, the Republican, he's like, yo, nigga, we know that the black man ain't equal. So,
Mhm.
so he can't use that excuse. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, we equal. So I'm justified to use, bringing down this tank on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But a Democrat will. He can be like, oh, I'm poor. I'm scrapping for my life like you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm barely surviving like you. So if I cut you and do whatever, ain't nobody gonna say shit, because like, yo, we on this intersectionalist shit. You know what I'm saying? Politics right now. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
look at Rice. You remember Rice? Threatening
Yeah.
fucking Snoop Dogg
Snoop. Yeah.
with
Snoop. That
death.
was crazy. She
You
said
know
she had an army. She had an
what I'm
army.
A Republican will be drummed out of office on
Yep.
any ground for threatening a black man who ain't got shit with the army.
Yeah.
You understand? You understand the psychology of what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's basically a declaration of war she made.
Yeah, yeah. But as
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But as a Republican could never have made that fucking move.
Mm-hmm.
Never could have said shit like that. Even if they wanted to, they couldn't. But what I'm saying is the Democrats, because they are unleashed and because they're like, oh, these are white folks that have turned, they basically Democrats look at black folks as white folks who have become mentally ill. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's like so you judge those who have are judged more harshly than those who don't. So what happens is the Democrat, he says, we freed, you know what I'm saying? We freed you motherfuckers, right? We
Right.
freed you motherfuckers, you guys are free. You got it, you went in your right mind, you got everything you need, so on and so forth. So when we do something wrong, they can be justified to use full force because they actually like, okay, you got everything. You know what I'm saying? So actually the Republican is going to have more mercy than the Democrat would. You know what I'm saying? Because the
Yeah.
Republicans don't see us as equals like that. You know what I'm saying? So again, so when you're equal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Judges you, he's going to judge you more harshly. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because he's like, okay, you know what? You're on my level. This is inexcusable. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't do it, you shouldn't have done it. You
Right.
know, type of thing.
And it's
It's
totally fair. It's totally fair as
totally
far as
fair.
they're concerned. Right.
It's totally fair. It's
Yeah.
totally fair.
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing about it. Like, we got to be mindful when people say, and a lot of times it is the Democrats that say they don't see color.
Mm-hmm. And that's dangerous.
That's very dangerous. That's
That's dangerous.
very, yeah, yeah.
That's dangerous. I mean, because look at it like this. A lot of these corporations, are dominated by Republicans and so on. I mean, look at Publix. You know what I'm saying? They're heavily Republican dominated, but
Mm-hmm.
yet still because they don't see us as equals, they try to at least make sure they take care of these. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People on the low level. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, right,
They're like,
right,
we,
right.
we, we gotta make sure our slaves stay alive. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
The Democrats like Bill Gates. He's like, yo, we got to eliminate these motherfuckers because they're like us. But they've just gone bad. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't take
Right.
into account that we were never on his level. You know what I'm saying? We were always living this cesspool of a life. He doesn't look at that. He doesn't even
Right.
acknowledge that. He like, we're just some motherfuckers who just decided to go rogue. You,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You know. I mean, so we gotta understand the psychology of this game. You know,
Yeah.
that, we gotta look at people for who they are. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta be strategic with it. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
cannot afford a Democrat that's colorless. You know what I'm saying? To be in the White House. You know what I'm saying?
Can't do it. Can't do it. And that's what Bernie Sanders was on. He was on that class tip.
No, because what happened, he's gonna totally erase our history. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so Trump won't give us reparations, but at least he ain't gonna erase the fact that we were enslaved and went through Jim Crow. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
At least he ain't gonna erase our future chances. You understand what I'm saying? Of
Right.
bringing the claim. You know what I'm saying? You put the Democrat in the office, they're gonna they're not only not gonna they're gonna be hard pressed to give us reparations, but not only that, they're gonna destroy our ability to even claim that we should have gotten reparations because they're gonna be full speed talking about LGBTQ is the new black,
Yep.
women are the new black,
Yeah.
immigrants are black. So they destroyed us, even without even denying us reparations through academics, through the social field, the field of social interaction. You know what I'm saying? They totally wiped. They will have wiped us out. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily through programs, but through the mind. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like,
Yeah.
okay, they're gonna have white people. How can we justify these black people getting anything? You know what I'm saying? Because we're struggling just like they are.
And that's what's coming. That's what's coming. That's what's here. They're basically saying, even Steven with everything. What did that person tell you? That socialist tell you?
Yeah, they were like after the 1930 stock market crash around about that evened everything out. There was no wealth for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Hilarious.
that's different. But you don't take into account Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? But you don't take into account we were then regulated to situations to where we couldn't pull ourselves out of that. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you still ain't fucking paid us for building the infrastructure as an immigrant that you are enjoying in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
55 million of you motherfuckers came to America between 1860s, you know what I'm saying, and the 1920s. Almost 60 million white immigrants came to
Right.
America.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, first of all, the stock market crashed, nigga, because y'all motherfuckers put such a strain on what we had going on over here. Motherfucker, you the motherfuckers caused the goddamn crash in the first place, motherfucker. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because America had to do all this to take care of y'all asses. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Stop the fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You got
That's right.
over 20 million illegal illegal migrants in the country right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
y'all motherfuckers are poor because y'all motherfuckers are draining the goddamn infrastructure that we got. You know what I'm saying?
That's
All you
right.
motherfucking immigrants, legal and non-legal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can get Medicare.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we can't fund Medicare because y'all motherfucking immigrants, ever since the fucking white folks came and was the immigrants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all been draining the fucking government, bro. The
Yeah.
government, the rich government that we made rich, motherfucker, that we can't get no access to.
Has been, and it's been a nanny state, man. It's been a damn nanny state.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King said that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got and gave y'all motherfuckers land for no good reason.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't prove yourselves. Y'all didn't prove that you fucking deserve to have no goddamn land given to you.
Yeah,
You know
but there we go. They're always able to be given the benefit of the doubt, and we always have to be. It has to be proven for us to get anything.
that. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. We already proved it. The question is, are we going to allow these democratic socialists to wipe out the proof? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
At least the Republicans at least ain't trying to wipe the fucking proof out. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They keep the rebel flag going. The Confederate flag flying.
Right.
So they're it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, it's racist, but at the same time, they are basically carrying the history of racism so that we can remember that it even happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Democrats would fucking they'll burn the flags and all that type of stuff there, right? But at the same
Right.
time, they'll burn the whole legacy that it even happened to begin with. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And then write in the school books that we were migrant workers or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are
So
Democrats agreeing with this type of fucking madness. You know what I'm saying? At least a Republican, based on their fucking lifestyle and how they do things, they can't fucking deny. And they ain't even trying to deny the shit. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
no.
They might say some outrageous shit like Mitch McConnell, but they ain't lying about it though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, Mitch McConnell was like, at least Mitch McConnell was like, you got your reparations. You know what I'm saying? But the Democrats, they saying you don't even need reparations.
Yeah.
Democrats ain't even gonna say you got it or ever needed it.
Right. And they supposed to be the allies.
And they supposed to be the allies.
So this is the situation we in, bro. Like calling a spade and letting these folks know, look, it's not gonna work anymore, and you're not gonna be able to just be a black face in a place and think we're gonna fall in line.
Nah.
It's not happening, man.
Nah, it ain't. It ain't. It ain't. But like you said, we gotta maintain our people. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have a people, you know what I'm saying, who are ready to make the choices, the nuanced choices. You know what I'm saying, that mean everything.
Now I was gonna go through that piece about viruses are pH sensitive, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do that at a later time. But it needs to happen, and people need to. The reason why I was going to go through it is people need to understand what that article is saying. We have the ability to heal ourselves naturally.
But we have to, but they also have to understand, and why you couldn't get to that yet, because they have to understand that food is political. You understand what I'm saying? Even for on an individual basis, food is politics. You know what I'm saying?
It is politics.
Every piece of food you put into your body, you're making a political statement as to how our society and what our society is going to be based on. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you are creating a demand every time you put something in your mouth. You're making a demand for it. You know what I'm saying? And the question is, you know what I'm saying? Does that demand uplift you, empower you, or does it diminish you? You know what I'm saying? The demand that you're making through your vote of what you put in your mouth, is that empowering you or disempowering you? You know what I'm saying? It's political. So for me, it was like, I'm gonna make a political statement first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With my food. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a political statement first. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna do this vegetarianism just because that's gonna go against the fucking power structure. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I'm just saying, it's gonna psychologically damage motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? To say that we don't need meat. You know what I'm saying?
It is, man. It is, bro. That's the scary part about it. You know, a lot of folks, they just, like I say, they're gonna choose meat, man.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. But that's why we need to have some. Let's be honest. Detroit, we can get the most holistic sister, brother out there, and give them a protocol and share with them. Look, this is what needs to happen. How many of them gonna do it, man? How many of them gonna let go what they consume? The high starches, you know, the acidic foods, the junk. All of that has to change, man.
It has to change.
But we're in the environment where, just like you say, it has to change. Some will get it, some won't.
I mean, but again, we're not getting into the politics and the fact that eating to live is a political statement just on its own. You understand what I'm saying? Eating for enjoyment says to the white man, we got these motherfuckers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We got them. You know what I'm saying? When you eat to live, just by making a choice to eat to live, right? No matter if you like it or not, but making that choice to eat to live says that flies in the face of the whole white supremacist program.
It does. It does. It does. And that's
just choosing to eat to live is a political statement. And so I'm saying, so So we got to have people who are into veganism, but they got to have this ADOS and this spiritual game too to understand how
They got to.
important. You know what I'm saying?
They got to. They got to, man.
But this ain't just about taste buds. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah. Change your diet is more than just fucking taste buds, bro. You know
It
what I'm saying?
is. It is. It's actually you changing yourself at the cellular level, you know, and you got to be thinking about the whole.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to think about what does that mean to white
'Cause if
America that I
yeah,
don't do this. You know what I'm saying? That I don't partake of this. Like
yeah,
I said, when I went back to, you know what I'm saying, black people looking at the things that they do as a celebration that they're white too. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. Stop it. Nigga, you can't afford to eat meat. How about that, dumbass? You can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? You're black. You're not white. You know what I'm saying? Stop fooling yourself. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing like you white, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like you got health care, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Them white folks can eat whatever the fuck they want because they got health care and they know it.
exactly.
They know they got health care. That's
Right.
why they know that shit ain't good for them. But they know they got $1 million fucking health plan, you stupid motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They not ignorant. They not stupid. They know they got a fucking $1 million health care plan. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't. You don't.
And we gotta move accordingly.
You don't.
Gotta move accordingly, man.
You're not white, motherfucker. So I'm saying, so you telling me, based on your food choices, you making a political statement to me, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Your lifestyle is telling me something. You know what I'm saying? And not that I'm trying to tell motherfuckers what to do. You know what I'm saying? But your personal choices is telling me where you at politically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It shows. And what a dangerous system to where you don't have to take people out. All you have to do is put them in an environment where they make the wrong choices.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's where we are. It's literally on us how we move forward.
Yeah.
You know, how we conduct this politics and this health, man.
And it's
so
it's like, because you can't say to me, motherfucker, that eating meat is, you know, and getting access to meat is the most important thing right now. So if you got black folks, because that's just like any conscious, you know what I'm saying, righteous brother or sister with integrity ain't gonna be like, okay, I eat meat, I smoke, I do drugs, I whatever, right?
mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like, yeah, and you should do it too. You know what I'm saying? And you should do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you're a devil if you do that. If you do what you do, I'm not gonna judge you. But when you start promoting what you do to other people as a benefit, and in a lot of cases, it's actually a detriment.
mm-hmm.
Nigga, you telling me whose team you on psychologically. You know what I'm saying? So I can put you in any situation. I already know how you gonna roll. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I already know how you gonna roll. You gonna roll with some fucking fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up. Straight up. I already know that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be on some real fuck shit. You know what I mean? Because don't tell me, motherfucker, that the most so in this time, if you got Negroes talking about I can't eat meat right now, under these conditions, nigga, you gotta you got asterisk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got asterisk.
Yeah.
You know
definitely,
what I'm saying?
Man.
If right now you telling me that you can't get the weed that you once got, you know what I'm saying? If you can't eat the meat you once was eating, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you bring this up in conversation, right? At this time right now, you telling me everything I need to know about you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's where we are, because you're going to have that contingent of us that's like, hey, I can't do this. I can't do this. We need to get out of lockdown so I can do this. Not even thinking about
freedom. You know what I'm saying? You ain't looking at overall freedom. You looking at individual shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just like all these niggas out here who's fighting. You know what I'm saying? So they won't go to the Supreme Court for the to fight to make sure the 1860 and 66 law is not struck down. But these same motherfuckers, these same black, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I can say on YouTube, coonish ass type motherfuckers will go to the Supreme Court and fight for brothers to smoke weed.
Not even DACA.
To smoke weed.
Yeah. Now, my thing on that is, I don't know if you saw the piece where they're saying that because of the economic state of the country, they may be talking about legalizing it in all 50 states sooner than expected. Okay. Like this might be all the Republican governors need to see to say, okay, we got to do something to stimulate this economy. With that being said, we need to be in a position to where we can benefit from that, but not just be on the consumer side. Right. We need to get access to some type of program where we have black dispensaries, man. We need to we need to be in control of the dispensaries. If not, we're going to be in more trouble once we dry up the streets, the street economy. Because they're not going, a lot of them ain't going to be like, oh man, a lot of them going to figure out something else they can do. Yeah. And that something else might be a little bit more violent. You know?
But that's what I'm saying. But again, when you have that level of consumerism, right, to bolster your ego so you can feel equal with white folks, you are a fucking liability. Even if weed is your thing, you a liability in that because you ain't thinking about starting no business. You only thinking about that you can fucking smoke the shit.
Yeah, from the consumer standpoint.
You a liability even in your own motherfucking realm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So, and that's how I judge niggas. Like, yo, if in your own realm, in your own ideology, religion, you know what I'm saying? Way of life, nigga. If you're a liability, nigga, there's no way that you can benefit the masses
on a large scale. Yeah. Yeah. All you need to see. That's all you need to see. So what in closing, man, what else you see on the horizon that we need to be looking out for, man? I thank you for your time, bro.
Hey, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I mean, right now, bro, what's on the horizon? You have, and I think a lot of what's taking place now. Have you heard about the Panama Papers?
No.
So the Panama Papers, you had people, journalists around the world who came together to basically to record and to illuminate how these tax shelters are destroying countries. And you have leaders of countries around the world who are basically involved in it. You know what I'm saying? So and this was in 2018. You had journalists who were killed. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that the people who were involved in these tax havens were not revealed. You even had the Russian president involved in it. You know what I'm saying? So they're laundering money out of their countries. You know, because that's basically what it is. They're laundering money out of their countries, and and nobody's saying anything about it. So I think a lot of what's happening has to do with that, because you had countries who were actually rioting. So a lot of even some of the rioting and things that's going on in Venezuela and different places, that has to do with those Panama Papers coming out. You know what I'm saying? Because these third world countries, you know what I'm saying, the citizens ain't playing when it comes to these tax havens, because they're like, we ain't even got no money, and
To be,
you
yeah.
to be sending it nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But none of this made news though. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of what's happening now has to do with hiding the fact that these tax havens are taking place. So now when governments go on the book as to their GDP and so on and so forth, they're cooking the books and they're pocketing the money. You know what I'm saying? And this deep state is becoming deeper. You know what I'm saying? So I think in a lot of ways, what you're seeing is even with this pandemic, it's, you know, in a lot of ways it's being used to cover up the fact that, you know, they were on these motherfuckers' asses. These countries
Right.
around the world, they were. I'm saying even a British prime minister, fucking, he had to step down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He had to step down because the people were like, oh, they caught him putting money into one of these offshore accounts. You know? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's serious. That's serious. That's serious. So here's the thing. So they gotta spin this thing in a way, right? To say that the economies and they gotta spin it in a way to say that we ain't got the money. They got the money. Open up, look. That's just like the motherfucker talking about the burger and shit. You know what I'm saying? In this time, talking about I want to eat meat. Don't fucking play that y'all don't have the money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't play that we don't got the money. We got the money. We shouldn't go through no recession because you got the money, motherfucker. You got the money.
Thank you.
You got the money here, and you got it fucking in these offshore accounts. You know what I'm saying? If you care like you say you do, open up the fucking floodgates then. Don't
Right.
fucking tell me that we gotta suffer, right, motherfucker, because we ain't got money.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Stop it. If our leaders talking about we ain't got the money, stop it. That's just like the fucking post office. We got the money for the fucking post office, motherfucker.
I know.
Stop playing.
Right.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
Yeah.
You know?
We got to push back on stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
We got to push back on that.
But when you got motherfuckers only worrying about smoking their weed and eating meat, if you got motherfuckers only worried about getting some farmland way out somewhere,
You think that's bad, getting farmland?
no. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, if you
That's
put
not it. That ain't it. Yeah, that ain't it. Yeah.
We need that, and you know what I'm saying?
And yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as you get that, you good.
Nah. Because if it ain't protected, it's gonna be taken right back. So this thing need to be infrastructural. It need to be systemic, and the repair needs to match. You need to have the same energy. It needs to be the same level of disproportions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I say equity is a bad word. Anybody talking about equity?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I can trust you.
I know
because you cannot have equity without repair.
Without repair. You know what I'm saying? We don't want, what I'm saying is, when they're talking about getting land, becoming a third world country unto ourselves is not equity. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. No.
If we built this shit, giving us a third, even though that's more than what we got, but giving us that, it's not equity. It's not equity, because you got third world countries. Look at Cuba. They're getting Venezuela. They're getting embargoes and things put on them. Whatever. Give us the land, and we will come onto themselves. They could cut us off.
Right.
Just like they did. You know what I'm saying? If they can cut off a whole country, what makes you think they can't cut us off with a piece of land somewhere?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So they're not looking at this thing comprehensively, bro, is what I'm saying. They're not looking, for whatever reason. Listen, don't give me a vegetarian that ain't, a holistic vegetarian that ain't holistic. Nigga,
Exactly.
you ain't no real vegetarian, nigga, until you covering all the bases of life.
Yeah. You gotta have you have to have a vegan approach to life, man, and that's where the balance comes in at. You have to be balanced. If one thing that veganism has taught me, it's taught me the importance of balance, and how it really takes control to even be on a certain level in life, period. You have to be able to juggle.
Yeah. You got somebody to put a question in there.
Kizzy, can you clear that up? Because I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. You say, what's this that nobody wants to work with black folks? I mean, you want to take that because what is it? What you tell me? What is it? Nobody wants to work with black folks. This whole country is designed on us being the stepping stool for everybody. Everybody uses us for a springboard to come up. So people will work with us, but it's on a certain. It's got to be a certain relationship dynamic. It almost has to be. It has to be an abusive relationship.
Yeah, it's got to be a benign neglect. They don't want to work with you because you're unworkable. They don't want to work with you because that keeps us in the place that we're in. You know what I'm saying? Right. They'll fake being angry at you just to have an excuse to keep separate from you and not to have to work with you, so that the benefit of that collaboration won't benefit you.
Exactly.
That's why they don't want to work with you. Because if they working with you, that means you getting the same money they get. You know? Exactly. That means that you could end up build something that they building. So they'll give a million reasons why they don't want to work with us. But that ain't the reason. That ain't the real reason. The real reason they don't want you working, period, nigga.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because can't nobody come up off you.
You know, that's how they looking at it. They're like, this Negro is not gonna goddamn rise up off of me. I ain't vouching for this guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because as soon as this white person works with you, now that means you got vouched for. So they can't work with you because they don't want you to have immediate benefit, and they don't want you to have this fucking positive stigma that you can work with with white folks and get some of that money.
Right. They can't even they make sure they don't even open that door for us. You know? So what we have to always remember is that you have to have reciprocity in any relationship. So what's this about nobody wants to work with black folks? It's got to be reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody we
Mm-hmm.
work with, it has to be an even exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't even getting an exchange.
No, no.
You know, it needs to be an even exchange, but we don't even get an exchange right
You
now.
don't get an exchange, and that's the problem. Where part of why I premise some of the things that I'm saying, because you got black folks that are parroting this thing that nobody wants to work with black folks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we need to separate because white people don't like us. That's not a reason, motherfucker, to go start our own fucking little fucking farms, somewhere. That's not
Mhm.
reason enough. Because you say somebody don't like us.
Right.
That's not an intelligent. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no mature way to make a choice. To say because somebody don't like you, nigga, we need to go have our own.
Yeah, that's arrested development when we thinking like that.
No,
And
no.
that's not coming
But,
from a place of power.
but you got whole groups making that they platform though.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you are going to make that platform, get into the nuts and bolts of it. That they just don't want you working. Say that.
Right.
Don't talk about this old feeling type of shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
get away from the feeling. Get away
Get
from the
away from the
feeling.
feeling type of shit.
Anybody that's trying to get an apology out of white folks, I can't trust you. You know, I can't even trust you. You ain't talking about nothing.
You ain't talking about
Talking
nothing.
about nothing. Not anything of substance.
Nothing. And I'm talking. And so I'm saying I'm talking about the pro-black groups or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What and and shit. I say that pro-black groups like I ain't pro-black myself, but
Right.
I mean, but the reality is you ain't pro-black like I am because you ain't real with it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You on the outskirts talking about people talking about feelings and shit. And
Right.
where in the history of humanity did feelings, I'm saying, just as a man, you know what I'm saying, as a grown man, where the fuck did feelings come into play in anything? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
White folks don't even like each other.
Right.
White folks don't want other white folks doing good. But
Right.
they make sure other white folks do good because they gotta maintain this fucking system, though. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
stop the retarded talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then they get on code. So Kizzy responds, she said, well, earlier I was reading that the government refused to purchase masks from a black-owned company, and that's I don't know. I think it was We Buy Black. I don't know who it was, but they was trying to take part. You know, all these states saying, "Yeah, we need masks. We need masks." So,
Mhm.
I mean, we know what
But
it
it's but it,
is.
no,
We know what it
but
is. They
it's
can't have
greater
us
than that.
coming up at all. Huh?
It's greater than that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, that opens the door. If they can show that black folks can come, you know what I'm saying, companies can come together during, can contribute during this time, then after this thing, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, okay, I guess we gotta let them into the economic game too. So again, we can't look at it as a feeling thing. You know what I'm
Can't.
saying?
You better
You know what
not.
I'm saying? This is strategic. This is not about not liking us or
Yeah.
not wanting to work with us. This is
Yeah.
this is about maintaining us in this bottom caste because again, if these people are vouched for now, they will be vouched for forever. Forever. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want no forever black company.
Right. Yeah. They don't even want you to get happy like that.
No, because this is international. You know what I'm saying? So any if a black company is highlighted now, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be making money till
Yeah. Yeah. So they really got to be like, no, we still need you to be. We still need you to be our footstool. That's why we have to know how important we are. Because if
yeah.
we knew how important we were, man, we wouldn't even be playing a game, any type of games with Oh man, long as Abrams is selected as VP, is Biden's VP pick, that's all I need. That's it. That's all I needed. That's the only thing I need to see. You
Man,
know.
please. What I
So
need to see is that 20 million she got, right? I need to see that fucking 20 million being put into the mouths of some of the people here in Atlanta, motherfucker. If nigga, I'm gonna vouch for you. Stop it, motherfucker. Stop it. Stop it.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? You got 20 million, and during this time, nigga, you can't donate 1 million of that shit. And you talking about you want my vote as a black person?
come on, man. Yeah, yeah. But that's why I say a win is a win. A win is a win, man. And when they realize that someone gonna have to learn the hard way, someone gonna have to take it the slow way. But guess what? Everybody gonna have to bow to ADOS in a minute.
Because the principle is so sound. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The principle of ADOS is too sound. You know what I'm saying? So you got us doing this and banging on this politics. What I'm saying is take our mind and put it anywhere. It's domination.
Domination. Domination.
She says, why are so many people coming against blacks? 5Gs will be launched in Cleveland on Friday for the first time. Shit. Why they not coming against black? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we asking the wrong questions at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? We past asking why. You know what I'm saying? You know,
yeah, yeah. So I'm
I
trying
mean,
to think of
if
another
you can
way.
elaborate, you know what I'm saying? If you can elaborate on it, we past asking why. The question, I mean, what I would ask is, why wouldn't they be doing what they doing? You know what I'm saying? The train
Right,
is rolling. The train is moving.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about the best thing they can do. Come
Yeah.
against us. That's the smartest thing.
That's the smartest move. That's the
Mhm.
smartest move. So when we get out of our feelings, we look at this as a chess match, not a feeling game. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You don't ask a motherfucker, oh, why did you make that move when they make a chess move? You know, you know
Yeah,
why you don't know what his intention is and who he wants to kill, but
but
you
you know
know
why? Yeah, they trying to win the
why.
game.
He trying to win this thing. You know what I'm saying? He trying to
Exactly.
take you out.
That's
That's why.
it. That's why.
That's why.
Yeah. It don't
You
get
know what
no
I'm saying?
simpler. It don't get no simpler than that, man. That's because he's trying to take you out.
He want to take you out. And it ain't about not liking you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? When you playing that guy across from you, that might be your best friend, but you might try to go at that nigga's neck though. You know what I'm saying? On the
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. Yeah. And it ain't nothing personal. We got to look at it too. Like, really, it ain't nothing personal, man. At the end of the day, you
You
know,
know, this thing is
um,
strategic. You know,
it's strategic, and we got to move. We got to move the exact same way. We got to be playing this game like chess.
I mean, and basically on politics, and then we talking about world politics. If you can destroy black politics in America, you can destroy it anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So even just look at that. You know, black people in America are the test case for black people everywhere in the world. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Definitely. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they try? You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
dominate us, and then that sets a precedent everywhere else in the world. And that's a problem with black folks in the world going against us getting reparations. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand this is a domino, either for good or on the positive or the negative side.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't get reparations here, y'all ain't getting reparations over there, you stupid motherfuckers.
Exactly. Exactly.
How
You
about
know?
that?
Exactly. If
How
you
about
can't
that?
get it, if you can't get it here, you're not getting it anywhere.
You ain't getting nowhere.
Are they afraid of us? Or are they not that? Hold up. Are they afraid of us? Or they know that we are about to tap into our power?
Yeah,
Something big is about to happen. Can you feel it? Yes,
of course. Of course.
I
Of
definitely
course.
feel it.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? We are Neo tapping into the power of the Matrix now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, that's why they put me in Facebook prison for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, you know, yeah.
Mm.
They saw me, plugged in. I mean, I already got the physical ability, you know what I'm saying, with my spirituality. Plug it in with this AI that I control.
And
Come on.
and it's so the Matrix, bro. You literally have to be Neo to this in this thing. Um, I got a friend of mine who says he don't want to fool with technology or social media. He wants to get off all platforms and he's off all everything. And he just want to stay outside of the matrix and be on the righteous, positive tip. I told him, I say, I feel you, bro. I feel you. But for me, I'm like Neo. I'm going back in. I'm going back.
Yo, you going
I'm
back to
going
get more.
back. I'm going back in.
You're going to get back in to get Morpheus. That's why
Exactly.
you exist. You don't exist.
Exactly.
You don't exist to live. I mean, and that goes to: do you even understand the purpose of life? Period. You become a master, not to go off into the other realms and sit.
Mm,
Every supreme master always comes back, and they don't fucking have to.
right. They choose to come
Always,
back. Yeah.
always. So using as that principle, right?
Mm-hmm.
On whatever scale we talking about, you always got to come back in and plug yourself back in. That's why you were formed.
Yes. Yes. So Kizzy, the answer is yes. I can definitely feel it. I could feel it in the air. Um, things are changing. There's a reason why they want us to be in the house at this point. First of all, they know that these people need sun. It's very important for us to have sun. It's very important for us to have fresh air, but yet they don't want us outside.
Hmm.
That goes against common logic and reason.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
And then when we come inside, they trying to put us in Facebook jail. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm,
know, because
yeah,
like we don't want y'all to have no influence on the physical environment, nor on this artificial intelligence environment as well. You know what I'm saying? Because we can do it all. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
It was black folks. It was a black man that invented actually the whole internet. I
right.
remember, I remember seeing that article. The
hmm
internet. Well, no, not the internet. The email system. The email system. The
mm
email system that set up and made possible the internet came from a black man.
Yeah. hmm
All right. The cell phone. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? We made the matrix. We are the matrix. You know what I'm saying?
We are.
Them say they want milk chocolate, white chocolate, Bill Gates to be the face of technology, and he's not.
No.
Nigga, y'all go back to the sands of Egypt to get them crystals to put in them in the microchips. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
Shit.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Them pyramids are full of quartz crystals. You know what I'm saying? Because we had technology thousands of years ago understand how quartz crystals were able to absorb energy and information and record information. along with water. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to put a white face on shit that's ours. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to go off somewhere on a farm, and this is our shit too. Technology is our shit too.
It
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
It is.
It's ours. It was ours before it was yours.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So keeping us out, they don't want to tap, they don't want us to come full circle. You know what I'm saying? Because the full circle is us where we were to where we are now to where we become Neo and plug ourselves into the matrix and the game over.
Right. Just like you say, we become the matrix.
We become the matrix.
And that's
You know
why
what I'm saying?
we can affect things from
You know what I'm saying?
from a distance. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We the 5G, you know what I'm saying? You know, we're gonna adapt to the 5G eventually too. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. No doubt. Because there isn't anything made that isn't us. You know what I'm saying? We're able to rise up to energy level of energies that are happening anywhere at any time. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time. But they hope, you know what I'm saying, while we go through the phase of getting adjusted, that enough of us will die out in the meantime. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Before we dominate this too. You know what I'm saying? Because we dominate the media now. You know what I'm saying? 3 and
Yeah.
4G, they're like black people dominate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Black celebrity, fucking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You couldn't sell nothing without having a black celebrity. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Corporate America wasn't selling nothing
Bro.
without a black person on it.
And
Go down the list. Go down the list. They wasn't using because white celebrity wasn't selling. It wasn't selling. You know what I'm saying? We dominate this technological space. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to stay ahead of the game with the 5G thing. The 5G, you know what I'm saying? So you had 1G, 2G, 3G. They was like, shit, we got to go fucking tremendous G's above because 5G really is like 300G. You understand what I'm saying?
it really is.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, they can't dominate this because they so out of touch with that energy. They'll never adapt fast enough before it kills them. That's what they
Right.
hope. But with Neo though,
Right.
we'll tap into any energy that's here.
Yeah.
She says, I think if all of us come together as one, we can destroy all of these cell towers and take them out of here. What did she say before that? What did she say before that? Hey, where y'all at? Where y'all at? I think my man's camera went down. But hey, where y'all at? Where y'all at? I think my man's yeah, they've been messing. Okay, your other question was they were messing with the weather. Yeah, they I mean everything is to our advantage. You know what I'm saying? That's if you know it is an advantage. Okay, your other question was they were messing with the weather. Yeah, they I mean everything is to our advantage. You know what I'm saying? That's if you know it is an advantage. I mean, but that takes some time to learn. You know what I'm saying? It took some time for Neo to learn that this detrimental machine and technology, you know what I'm saying, was to his benefit. It took time. I mean, but that takes some time to learn. It took some time for Neo to learn that this detrimental machine and technology, you know what I'm saying, was to his benefit. It took time. I mean, but that takes some time to learn. It took some time for Neo to learn that this detrimental machine and technology, you know what I'm saying, was to his benefit. It took time. I mean, but that takes some time to learn. It took some time for Neo to learn that this detrimental I mean, so yeah, us coming together, you know what I'm saying? Things are destroyed not by coming together and destroyed. The coming together is the destruction. I mean, so it's so we got to come together first before we decide what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? What move we're gonna make. We know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing with ADOS. We're like, yo, we need to get educated first before we gonna make a move. That's why you have folks talking about they're gonna have a super PAC, and they're gonna run candidates,
Hey, turn your phone down. Oh, what I missed, man. I'm glad you kept it going.
Yeah, I was just saying, because the coming together is the destruction. We come together first before we actually make a move. You know what I'm saying? The making the move comes after we come together. And that's why I was saying ADOS is like before we do the super PAC and all that, we got to come together first. The coming together is the destruction. You know what I'm saying? That's the destruction. Because understand if we started investing in the super PAC, where the hell will we be right now?
I don't see nothing wrong with investing in the super PAC.
Well, I mean, it's not. But taking the frame of mind, right? That having a funding, right, with people who don't have no money, right? Setting the premise of having a super PAC that needs money, and we don't have no money now, right? And we put all our eggs in that basket, right? So now without that basket, we stopped the education like we were supposed to be doing. So you got motherfuckers trying to survive, no super PAC, but then no education. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't think we could rub our stomach and pat our head at the same time?
Well, but that's the thing. But that's not how it was being sold. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't being sold like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't being sold. How it was being sold was the biggest problem was us not being able to run our own candidates. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was being sold. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because for me, get a super PAC when you get a candidate, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
We got candidates.
And no, but what I'm saying, but we ain't got enough.
You don't need enough. You don't need enough. Oh, I feel you. You're supposed to have more candidates, but you got to start with something.
But I'm just saying, the start don't happen because we press the button. The start happens because motherfuckers get so educated, they're like, yo, I can master this shit. That's how the start happens. You understand what I'm saying? The start happens like, yo, nigga, I'm seeing this shit. I'm understanding this shit. I'm about to jump in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody told me. you understand what I'm saying? That's the start. And I'm just saying that's an organic start. But that's how it's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? The only way it happens where you talking about you just running candidates is when you got that kind of loot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? To where you got loot to where if you take a loss, you could weather that storm because you got money to still put into that ad after a defeat. You understand what I'm saying? But our strength is in an ideology. You understand what I'm saying? It's in an ideology. So what I'm saying is when you take the focus on running a candidate and talking about you putting ads, you have now taken the focus off of having an educated electorate to putting ads and making this more of a show. You know what I'm saying? But that's not our strength, though, is what I'm saying. That's not our strength. So when you divert it to more something that's weaker than what we have, and that's a complete understanding that your ADOS is not as effective. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could do it. We could put our names out there, but without the level of effectiveness that it should have, and they got money to bury you with ads.
Yeah. But because they got money to bury you with ads, don't mean that you shouldn't even get in the game. I guess that's my whole thing with that.
Mhm.
That argument. Like either way, we running candidates now, but we doing it with no money. So why not add? Why not throw a little money into it and still keep the education going? We could still do education and invest in a super PAC. That was my whole thing about it.
But
that's what I was thinking.
But nobody's qualified to run no super PAC right now, though. You understand what I'm saying? Look at the DNC and the RNC. You got to have motherfuckers qualified. You understand what I'm saying? So to actually run a super PAC, you need another Yvette Carnell. To run that thing, you need to run it, to run the thing, to run the DNC, bro. You got to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to be the man behind the man.
You ever heard of the saying you gotta crawl before you walk?
But that's what I'm saying. That ain't crawling though. A super PAC ain't crawling. That's a leap. That's a leap saying that our ideology and our political structure is so there. You know what I'm saying? So solid, bro. You know what I'm saying? That we willing to take people's money, win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. But when you're in a win, lose, or draw position, you know, your ideology and your education, right? And your purpose got to be over 100%. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, the Pulse was saying that we wasn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't there. We wasn't there. Because shit, we almost got taken out many times. You know what I'm saying? We almost got taken out many times. I mean, look at the intersectionalism and the feminist thing that we had to deal with. That alone. You know what I'm saying? For all we knew, that super PAC would have went left. They was only gonna have black women there. You know what I'm saying? Just based on they black and they said ADOS, we were done for, bro.
So, in your opinion, we weren't strong. We're not strong enough yet to have a super PAC. That's what
because to have a super PAC, that means that you could weather every storm. You know what I'm saying? That means you could weather every storm that comes your way. You know, a pandemic happens, you weathering it. You know what I'm saying? Because we solid. You know what I'm saying? We know what to do.
There's a country term. It goes something to the effect of, you beat the child's ass where they did it at. Meaning if a child do something in the grocery store, you beat the child's ass in the grocery store.
So they can get the proper understanding.
For them to get the proper understanding. I say all that to say we're in a war right now, a political war. We got an election this year. Sometimes you have to fight wherever you at, however you can, with whatever you got. That's what I'm saying. You fight with whatever you got, man. So if you got people that's willing to invest in a super PAC, why not invest in a super PAC?
But that's the thing. The super PAC was not connected fully to an ADOS foundational ideology, and we know that by what was said. She was like, "Oh, we can just get rid of the ADOS name." How that already just told me that you ain't ready for a fucking super PAC if you gonna take away the fucking wind of the fucking sail. That tell me you're not qualified. I already told me you just not qualified. You gonna change the name? What win you gonna have under you? What win you got other than ADOS, and you gonna change the name?
Well, I'm not. I can't speak for her on that. I don't know why. I think I do know why she said it though. I think, not speaking for her, I think what she was getting at from the outside looking in was she probably was feeling that at that point they were already taking on water. And I think people had such negative feedback. She was saying we might have to change the name because they on our head so much about this.
But that tells me that you're not ready. If you're not ready to run a super PAC with motherfuckers on your head, you're not ready. If that's your complaint, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. That means you're not ready. Because if you're doing a super PAC, you know what I'm saying? If you're the DNC, RNC, you react and you do what you need to do. You don't change the name of the fucking DNC. You don't change you don't stop calling yourself Democrats and Republicans, motherfucker.
Hey man.
You know what I'm saying? Just say, for instance, the chair says, okay, we're gonna change the name. They gonna kick the motherfucker out. Cause like, yo, you're not ready. That ain't what we do here. This is not how this works. You know what I'm saying? It's not how this works. You know?
Well, I know that it takes money to elect people. On the local level, it takes money. So if you have a nationwide if you got a nationwide PAC that's willing to coalesce some money and put it behind a candidate, I don't see anything wrong with that.
It ain't nothing wrong with it. If you strategic, but again, you can be strategically right, and you can be strategically wrong too as well. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if somebody else shoots you, but if you shoot yourself, it's KO.
Kizzy says, well, I think people are waking up and they're tired of the madness. I think being in the house all together, folks are thinking and seeing things for what it is.
Of course.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Folks are thinking of my friend, see the difference with her kids being at home, being in school. She said, we doing that now? I don't know what she meant by that. But I think I know what she meant by that. Yes, we are engaging in the political process. It's a tool on the table, Kizzy. It's a tool on the table. We're at war. We at war. Now, see, Kizzy might be like this to you, Ian. She might be like this. She might be like this to you. We not, just like you saying we not ready for a pack. It's some people that think we not ready for politics.
Yeah.
We're not ready for politics because we don't even have a. We don't even look.
But
Look.
It's not dependent. Politics is not dependent on whether or not you're ready or not, though. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about earlier, politics will run you whether or not you're ready or not.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But guess what? That's
not even a choice. That's not even a choice.
It's not even a choice, right? It's not even a choice. I agree with you. It's not even a choice. So we got to play the game where we at.
Mm-hmm.
We got to play the game where we at.
Yeah.
With what we got.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why we engaging in politics, because it's a weapon on the table that needs to be utilized. And guess what? If we don't utilize it, we still in the game and we're still being affected by politics, like Ian says.
We're still being affected, but I would like people to understand, right? Or everybody to be perfectly clear. Politics serves more than just the point of engaging with white folks. It's an excuse for us to engage as well. You know what I'm saying? And come together and coalesce a black psychology. You understand what I'm saying? That we didn't have before. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't come, because we all can't come together under religion, under diet, but we all can come together under politics, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We can do that. Right now, politics is the best unifying factor we have as black folks right now.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Hands down. Yeah.
Hands down. So whether or not we even meet the political goals is irrelevant. We met the real political goal, which was just to know that we could come together with our minds.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And we can, and that's a win we can carry on until. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because not even Martin Luther King and them had a coalescing of politics. This probably might be even the first time black people have coalesced.
Yeah. At this level, at this degree.
To this degree. This might probably be the first time ever in this country. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, and I told the story to you, Yvette. I said, when I was out sleeping outside, I was like, shit, ADOS, knowing that I was ADOS held me down psychologically and emotionally. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
That held me down. You know what I'm saying? So best believe when you got a political structure that can hold people down mentally and emotionally, you got someone that's voting, or that's going to go the way of that group's politics for life.
And that's a win. That's a win.
That's a win. That's a win.
That's why I say this is a win-win situation for us, because just like you say, regardless if no one wins any race, the fact that we are unified under a political banner, that puts us in a better position for the future than we are right now.
I mean, you got Buddhists, you got Christians, you got Hoteppers, you know what I'm saying? In a positive, that's saying in a positive, you know what I'm saying? You got atheists, right? You got educated, you got uneducated, you know, so you got celebrity, non-celebrity, all coming up under this ADOS umbrella that hasn't happened before. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's historic.
Mm.
It's historic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that it didn't take work, because you know I was banging on motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, there was a lot of us doing the internal work to fucking bang a lot of that bullshit out. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's where Miss Super PAC went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't understand that we were still banging out the kinks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You coming at us, even posturing the question that we need a super PAC, you know what I'm saying, as if ADOS was against it. That was just foul all the way together in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That was some reverse psychology type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, you trying to get motherfuckers purposely in ADOS not to want a super PAC. You know what I'm saying? You turn yourself, you know, purposely into this hated figure, you know what I'm saying, to make people averse to even thinking about a super PAC. But that wasn't even the question on the table. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The question wasn't even on the table. Nobody wasn't talking about we wasn't against super PAC. So why the fuck are you even posing that shit? You know what I'm saying? You look like an Asian ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You trying to answer a question that nobody even fucking asked you. You know what I mean?
I look at folks' intentions, and from when I looked at the situation, from the little bit that I saw, I didn't see any bad intention from what they were trying to do over there. Now we can argue about execution, but look at it like this. This is a learning process for all of us, bro. Just to even get to the point in such a quick time to even have a thought process of putting a PAC out there, that's a win. Just like we just said, we got to look at our win. That's a win for somebody who ain't even. There are gonna be some bumps in the roads, man. We gonna fuck up, man, a lot, and that's what that was because of how it played out. But I can't necessarily say that they had bad intentions just because mistakes may have been made with communication. I think the way that the message was conveyed, it could have been done differently. But when it should have been done differently. But when I look at it holistically, I could say, okay, maybe some things might not have been my cup of tea, and some things might have rubbed people the wrong way. But I can't say that they had bad intentions over there with what they were trying to do. And for that alone, I can say, my brothers and sisters, okay, that it is what it is, and I wish them well. And
but again, we talking about this chessboard, and this ain't about feelings. This is about if you have said or done something to siphon away, you know what I'm saying, the political capital that we have right now, you shut down, motherfucker.
Period. But I can't say that they siphoned any political capital away.
No, but if you're talking about changing the name at ADOS, that's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is.
Okay. Well, let me go at it this way. Giving you a little pushback.
Look, you
giving you a little pushback.
No, but listen, but it's not set up, because basically what you've done, you've taken people, you know what I'm saying, to look at Yvette as if somehow she's not progressive, right? You basically taken all these people and be like, okay, I can't run with Yvette no more, right? I gotta go with her because this is where everything is funneling into. She's saying everything is funneling into this, right? and your vet ain't really for that, right?
Right.
So now, when the fires happen, she ain't gotta put out none of the fires under this super PAC shit. The people left still with your vet are gonna be putting out the fucking fires. You understand what I'm saying? We gonna be doing the people that's left. You know what I'm saying? Where this schism happened, the people left with your vet are gonna have to bear all the motherfucking political burden of putting out the fires, right?
Okay.
While these motherfuckers over here is reaping all the fucking benefits.
Reaping what benefits? What benefits are they reaping?
They reaping the benefits that they're running on a, not necessarily having a name, but they're running on the platform, right? Getting the votes, right? Because they're putting their name out there in the political field, they're getting all the votes, right? They're getting people behind the platform. Now all of a sudden, ADOS becomes for what? You know what I'm saying? White America's like, Roland Martin and everybody else, ABC News, they like, we ain't got to talk to ADOS no more.
I don't see that.
No, but it ain't about seeing it. It's about when you talking about running candidates who are putting ads. You know,
okay.
ADOS agenda.
Right.
About seeing it, that's what it is.
I see what you're saying. It needed to be in pocket. That deviation showed a kink in the armor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you can't be like, yo, I'm gonna run candidates, but I'm gonna be separate from ADOS and leaving ADOS with holding the bag. You know what I'm saying? Of dealing with all the negative pushback. So because understand that's what happens when you got a candidate. You know what I'm saying? When a candidate is out there, when Joe Biden or whatever says some shit, he can get away with saying some fuck shit because he can go back and say, oh, the DNC, you know what I'm saying? They the ones, goddamn, they the one. You know what I'm saying? But understand though that the pushback, we are the fucking PAC without the money. So what I'm saying,
I agree with that.
They ain't gonna look at whatever organization she got. You know what I'm saying? And ask her. They gonna come to your vet and be like, yo, why this motherfucker saying this and saying that? And they ain't even using the fucking name. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be see. That's why, you know what I'm saying, ADOS is so fucked up. And they ain't even using the name. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even using the name. But ADOS that's left is taking all the heat. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's a scenario that can happen in a lot of situations. That can happen in the individual chapters.
Yeah.
You know? SoCal could do something. DC could do something. Atlanta could do something. And then somebody else is left holding the bag. So that potential is always there.
It's always
but that doesn't take away the fact that these candidates, these people running, need some financial support.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. We got to figure out a way to do that. If somebody can coalesce some nationwide support for local candidates, I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with it. Now, whether they
thing is, look at even looking at Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Atlanta group, right? You remember when I came and one person was posing doing some nondescript voter registration, right? Another one was talking about running behind a white candidate. And I was like, you know what? Since we're here, why don't we just start educating on the whole structure of government? You know what I'm saying? Local government that we have. You know what I'm saying? Put a spreadsheet out for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So we can know who's in government right now, right? And then map out, you know what I'm saying, based on the positions, you know what I'm saying, who we need to contact, you know what I'm saying, to make things happen. I was saying that, right? But motherfuckers wasn't with that though. They wasn't with that. But what I'm saying is, even nationwide right now, right? What I'm saying is you don't have enough people that's educated enough, right? Because they gave me pushback, and they supposed to be the leaders, and they supposed to be educated, right? So just try to take that broken model nationwide, right? Where motherfuckers really don't know the positions, right? You got a candidate, right? But really don't know how the whole structure interrelates and works. You know what I mean? You talking about running candidates, you know what I'm saying, that aren't aware of the whole people behind it aren't fully aware of the whole structure, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like even Tamara Johnson, okay, you're gonna go to the Senate, right? But it ain't like you can go there and be talking about rah reparations. That ain't that position. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the position. You know what I'm saying? Because we already had that discussion about how local reparations, Sandy Darity said local reparations is a hindrance. You know what I'm saying?
No, she wouldn't be dealing with local reparations. She would be pushing for nationwide reparations.
But that's what I'm saying. She couldn't do that from that position though. She could, because what I'm saying is that's why Yvette ain't talking about the Senate. She talking about the president. Because at that position, you can make the statement of reparations, and that's how, and because of her level of strategic understanding of going at the head at that position, right? That can champion reparations. That's why it's become on the platform. And then now that it's on the platform, you got people in other positions, you know what I'm saying, that can speak on it and either approve or deny from their positions. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is they don't even know which strategic positions to even run for. They just haphazardly goddamn choosing goddamn positions.
But you need people at all levels of government, bro. Especially,
but they got to be strategized, and they got to be connected and understanding how those connections interrelate and whose position should be the mouthpiece right now, and which one should be put supporting roles. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what you saying is akin to everybody coming in at the same time. You got 10 congressmen running. You got 10 senators running. You got 10 mayors running. You got 10 city councilmen running all at one time in a wave. It don't happen like that. You're gonna have no. You're gonna have a situation where you're trickling in people.
The DNC does it like that. The RNC does it like that.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet, bro. We're not there yet. I'm just saying you fight where you are. You fight where you are.
But I'm just saying, but when you're dealing with a structure that's already in place, it ain't about just doing where you're at. It's like you gotta go on the field the way that they going on the field. They going on the field like that. We can't come on the field any other way, because that's too much pressure to just put one candidate to hold the whole weight of ADOS without a supporting cast. You understand what I'm saying? No.
To your point, Tamara getting in there by herself as the only person in the CBC, that's a lot of pressure on one person. That's a whole lot of pressure. That's
a losing pressure. That's a guaranteed loss pressure.
Well, I ain't gonna say it's a loss because just her being in is a win.
I'm exaggerating.
No, I'm just saying. No, I feel you though. But no, just her getting in is a win. Look at this, bro. Let me tell you something. for her to even win, regardless if she's the only person in the Congressional Black Caucus, that right there is a win. You could chalk that up as a win. We have to be able to keep score and start racking up and raking up these wins, no matter what level they are.
But remember, when we separate a win for us and an actual win within that environment, we have to be clear, because understand now that she's representing ADOS, now the people around her, right, can form and fashion what ADOS is based on what she's forced to do by her own surroundings. You understand what I'm saying? So they're going to be like, okay, this is ADOS, right? Now she has set the norm for what ADOS is. We all we need to do is deal with her, right? Well, I'm saying, so we can deal with any other ADOS that comes after based on who she is. You understand what I'm saying? Because she's the only one, she becomes now the template for ADOS politics, you know what I'm saying, who got elected. You know what I'm saying? And but see again, if you don't have all the people in play, you can't be like, okay, just the motherfucking linebacker, that's the whole goddamn team. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, but you can't.
If the linebacker becomes the whole team, you know what I'm saying,
bro? But sometimes it starts with just one. Sometimes people have to see. Sometimes people have to see that one person first do it, and then you're gonna get your team on the next go around, on the next cycle.
But we can't. But the thing is too, we got to understand, right? We're not inventing.
We're in war.
No, we're at war, but we're not inventing the wheel either. We got black folks in office who are fucking rebels. You know what I'm saying? We can't act as if this is the first time a motherfucking rebel black person has been put in office, type of shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But we don't have too many that speak to us specifically though on that level.
But the thing is, white folks ain't getting nuance. They looking at black rebels the same. You understand? So we got to take it from there. They looking at, okay, that's a rebel. They you know what I'm saying? They really don't care the level of nuance and what this motherfucking rebel and that rebel. They dealing with both of them the same way. You understand what I'm saying? So it was the same win. You know what I'm saying? Rebel for rebel in their eyes, it's the same. So what I'm saying is, we're not trying to invent the wheel as if somehow, okay, you know, like this is a Donald Trump situation, Joe Biden situation. If she don't get in, you know what I'm saying? You know, that means that we no longer, as ADOS, we no longer have hopes for office or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we
right. Yeah, definitely.
You know, but I'm just saying, but that's what I'm saying. But when we calling something a win and saying that's a win like that, we got to look at the other side of the coin. We're saying, okay, you know, we're lost without her. You know what I'm saying? With this, we're lost, and we have no hope without this one. You understand what I'm saying?
Never.
So what I'm saying is, a win based on the ADOS ideology is when we have a structure. You know what I'm saying? When we have a structure, one person in office is inconsequential. You know what I'm saying? We don't look at a win yet. You know what I'm saying? We're not in the, what I'm saying is, the super PAC was giving us this idea that we're supposed to be looking at wins when we still ain't even counted all our losses yet. You understand what I'm saying? We still have not fully accounted for all of our losses.
Give me some losses. Give me some losses.
What losses? I mean, just at where we at now. So for some people, you know what I'm saying, what we're dealing with now, where we have this Katrina-like pandemic happening, a lot of black people weren't aware. You know what I'm saying? They weren't aware that we was in this state. They had no idea. You had motherfuckers going to they restaurant jobs making good money, right? Thinking that ADOS is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the pandemic just told us we wasn't ready for a super PAC because people wasn't really aware of our losses yet fully. You know what I'm saying? So what ADOS, what Yvette was doing is counting the loss. This fucking pandemic just fucking took over what Yvette was doing and put it on steroids. You know what I'm saying? It did all the work.
It did. It
breaking ground.
literally did, man. This
You know what I'm saying?
thing has revealed all the work that's been done. All the work everything that they've been trying to break down, this has pretty much confirmed the reality of that, you know?
Right. And if not for ADOS, none of it would have been put in the right context. Understand that. Had ADOS not done what ADOS was doing, this pandemic would have happened and there would have been no talk about racial disparities whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying is the PAC was at that time was definitely putting the cart before the fucking horse. Definitely.
And we'll agree to disagree on that. I think I'm just saying.
But don't have me for against super PAC because that's not the point.
Right.
The point was for me was the way that it was approached,
right,
and how it should happen. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's how she fashioned the argument. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She made it a do or die scenario. And I thought that was.
I think it is a do or die scenario. I think these candidates need
a do or die scenario.
Well, no, candidates need financing. That's a do or die scenario.
But that's not what that was. When you talking about a super PAC and you talking about you having a board, what she was talking about, we need to have strategic thinkers who were in place to make decisions. You know what I'm saying? It was less about the money and more about who's in control. You know what I'm saying? That's what we were talking about. Because again, when you're talking about super PAC, you're talking about the DNC. That's what most of the problem is. The money is secondary to trying to figure out who's controlling the money. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely get your point, man. I definitely see your point. You're saying it's not about the PAC itself. It was about the personnel, and you had
it was about power. It was about power. It was about power. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. I mean, you could say that there wasn't an intent, but there definitely was an intent to take the reins of power, and I thought that was irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was irresponsible at that time to think that you could take the reins of power under whether it's super PAC, under whatever it was, positive or you trying to take the reins of power was not what we were going to stand for. Period. Point blank. You talking about you got a fucking board. You know what I'm saying? And Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks ain't on it. You're stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You stupid.
But this is what I'm saying though. If they didn't want to be on it, you see what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. If they didn't want to be on it, they didn't need to fucking even come to ADOS. They should have just fucking done it. You understand what I'm saying? They should have just but
that's what I'm saying. I think they initially came to ADOS.
No,
they wasn't getting the energy that they thought that they should have. They should have gotten. They felt like they should have gotten a push.
Right. That shows that they weren't ready because they didn't understand. The reason that they didn't get it is because there weren't enough people who were politically educated to fucking do it. That's what I'm saying. She made it an ideological power play or struggle, instead of the fact is there are not enough educated amongst to even support that. You don't put the blame on Yvette Carnell. You put the blame on there's not enough educated among us yet. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what she did. You know what I'm saying? Because she wanted to play the game, you know what I'm saying, to stay in good with potential supporters. She didn't say that y'all are ignorant and y'all need to do this. So what she did on the fucking sly was say it's Yvette and Tone's fault because they not about Super PAC.
Right. Yeah.
I thought that was a bitch move. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a bitch move. If you wanted to come out and say motherfuckers ain't supporting, you know what I'm saying? That's what you should have fucking said. That's what you should have said. You don't try to make this into some type of art ideological mode. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of ideological divide, which it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because Yvette was saying herself that her channel should have a lot more following than it has. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
She understands that, and that's what she was trying to tell her. I don't even have the following I should have after all the wins that ADOS has put forth. You know what I'm saying? You should have people coming in droves. You know what I'm saying?
But this is what I'm saying. My whole thing is you fight where you are with what you have, and that's just where I am with it.
She was fighting against other ADOS though. You understand what I'm saying? That's a problem. That's a problem. She wasn't fighting where she was. She was fighting against ADOS, and there wasn't no fight.
I don't know. I can't say she was fighting with ADOS. I can't say she was fighting with ADOS. I could say she might have had it.
Needed to change the name. I mean, what the hell else?
That was based on a differing of.
That was taking it. That was basically taking it to another level. It didn't need to be taken.
I agree.
She didn't even allow for us to even have a disagreement before she talking about taking off the fucking head. Who moves like that? Before you even sit down at the table, you gonna try to take the head off. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, nah. I'm astute enough to know that ain't how you move. I don't care what your intentions are. You don't move like that. You don't take off the head before you come to me and sit down and say, hey, I got to talk to you about some serious shit. And you trying to take my head off first? Man, you don't know what you done turned on in me. You gonna take my head off and we already cool? And you gonna take my head off before you even come to me and say, let's sit down? You don't made a real problem with me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you, man. I mean, I guess my thing is ideally it would have been great if everybody would have moved. I just don't think it's gonna always ever be like that. You're gonna always have situations where there's splinters.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna always have those situations.
But that's what I'm saying. She was already part of one already in California, though. You know what I'm saying? You remember she was already part of the splinter that happened in California. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We know that. She knew that. You know what I'm saying? And so she should have been educated enough based on what happened even to know that ain't how you move. She didn't learn from her fucking lesson the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She more than anybody else was educated to know how you supposed to move like that. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, you know, so she knew that she was taking off the head, is what I'm saying. Cause she already had been through that shit. You know what I'm saying? More than anyone else, she knew that she was about to take off the fucking head. Cause first of all, she was in politics before ADOS, and she was dealing with the politics in ADOS. She was more than educated to know she was taking off the head.
Yeah, the way that went down was pretty. Yeah, it's pretty strange, man. It's pretty strange.
I mean, it wasn't strange because even in our conversation, she told you she's trying to get federal funding. You know what I'm saying? She's looking to get some federal matching funds for this fucking super PAC. You know what I'm saying? That's really, I mean, I'm saying that's the other part of it. You know what I'm saying? She knew how she could get paid off of this. You know what I'm saying? She knew how she could get paid and make this into a career, right? That doesn't necessarily serve ADOS fully because you don't took the fucking head off ADOS. You know what I'm saying? You don't took the goddamn head off ADOS, but you getting funding now as a
super PAC. As a super PAC, funding as a super PAC.
Yeah.
And that's what super PACs do. They get funding, right?
Yeah.
So that in and of itself isn't bad. Funding in and of itself isn't bad.
But it ain't bad. But again, that wasn't what was even in question.
Right.
That wasn't even that what I'm saying. That you hadn't even put that shit on the even table. That wasn't even put on the table, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because what I told you before that, she was arguing with motherfuckers talking about they wasn't going at MSNBC. You know what I'm saying? You playing. You know what I'm saying? Now you know what I'm saying? That was phony. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers was going at NBC. You know what I'm saying? Now you using that.
What's her name? Joy Reid.
Yeah. That was a false assessment. And just like the whole super PAC was a fucking false, people being against super PAC was a false assessment. You know what I'm saying? Because first and foremost, it's false because you had a large majority of leaders who was with you on that shit. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had Chris there.
You know
what I'm saying? Yeah. You had too many ADOS leaders involved in the shit to say that ADOS is against it. You know what I'm saying? You had too many people coming on your show, on your side, ADOS, and so-called top positions to say that's what the fucking problem was.
Well, I think she did keep it specific and say.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she did make specific.
But she made a specific.
Let's be honest. She wanted more support from Yvette and Tone, and that's just what it is.
Yvette ain't no motherfucking clown. She ain't no motherfucking puppet though. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta fucking lay out a great motherfucking plan. You know what I'm saying? And have a great fucking prospectus. You know what I'm saying? That's a folder with all the goddamn plans. 20 years got down the line. You need to have fucking. You know what I'm saying? You don't just tell a motherfucker what. You don't tell the motherfucking founder of this shit just what to do, and you ain't offer no fucking prospectus. Who does that?
Right, and if they don't roll with it, that's okay too, and you shouldn't get mad and want to pick up your toys and go home.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Hell no, that ain't how that shit's done. You know what I'm saying? Because I even told you about me. You had motherfuckers against me. What did that mean? That I'm gonna start bad mouthing ADOS, nigga, and talking about I'm gonna go up on another name like FBA or B1 now? You know what I'm saying? You acting like these motherfuckers over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I didn't even have no problem with B1 and FBA before I saw that, oh, these motherfuckers is draining the motherfucking goddamn ADOS political goddamn capital. So no matter how much I liked it, I said I had to say no. I was with it before, but y'all fucking is going about this shit the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Learning lesson. You know, I think on this journey, it's gonna be more bumps in the road because this is new for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it's gonna be some stumbles and some falls in this thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be some stumbles and some falls, man. Especially
It's
something so emotionally charged. You're gonna have that. And you're gonna have some shit going left. And we done been there so many times, so many different times, man. We done seen this, you know. But I try to look at the totality of a situation. And some things I chalk up to human nature, man. Some things I chalk up to, okay, that's a little ego there, that's a little human nature. Somebody was in their feelings. Somebody said something. Somebody's passionate about something. You know, that's how I look at it. I'm like, okay, did that go right? It didn't. That might not have went right.
All that being said, you can't have motherfuckers being above reproach, and that's how they was presenting themselves about. You know what I'm saying? They presented themselves before they were even tested. Your vets have been fucking tested. You know what I'm saying? Before you even got tested, you talking about you above reproach. How that work?
Now, no one is above reproach. No one is above reproach. How did she say to you, in your opinion, what gave you the point of view that they were saying that they were above reproach?
Cause she said that she gonna goddamn throw away the ADOS name.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When you took off the head, all of that above reproach, that goes along with that fucking move.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? When you talk about taking off the head, you already saying that you are above reproach if you did that. You know what I'm saying? Your shit has to, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure your shit don't stink for real if you going for the fucking head, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a miscalculation, to say the least.
You know, and you have not been tested. You know what I'm saying? You have not sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? At least if you're gonna take off a head, you can be like, yo, nigga, I got my motherfucking stripes to do that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
I
got the wounds. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I ain't gonna say she hasn't been tested.
No.
I ain't gonna say she hasn't been tested.
That ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is she put herself on the level of Yvette Carnell, right? Okay. If you are on her level, you do not have what's considered stripes on the level that she's on. You don't have the motherfucking stripes. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear that. Right.
You don't have those kind of goddamn stripes. But you're saying you're on her level, but you don't have her level of fucking stripes on that level. You understand what I'm saying? Point blank, period. You know what I mean? I got stripes. I ain't got Yvette Carnell stripes. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know, but that's what you're saying. You saying you're irreproachable, or either you have made the motherfucking sacrifices that she's made, and that's not true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna qualify yourself to take off her head, you either need to be on her level with the amount of fucking sacrifices and stripes, or you need to be irreproachable. Period.
No
You know what
one
I'm
is
saying?
beyond, and no one is beyond reproach.
You know,
Yeah.
no one is beyond reproach. Nobody is. You know,
But we
nobody.
can learn from that. I think that was a teachable moment for everybody, you know, on moving forward. But with that being said,
Mhm.
these candidates in these local races need financial support, bro.
But look at it. You remember I told you one of the motherfucking candidates, and I don't even feel like going through my phone. You know what I'm saying? I was wanting to do that. But one of them, you know, said that he wasn't ADOS no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that right there. Yeah. See, that's what
The
I'm saying.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know? But that's because you got motherfuckers who can come up under the pack, right? Without being vetted based on the criteria that Yvette Carnell has set forth. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Where the power and controls comes in, because when we talking about vetting people, you've taken away the whole power that we have, and that's in vetting motherfuckers. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah. I mean, everybody needs to be vetted. Period.
But I'm
That's
just saying,
but
if you take
that ain't nothing that's centralized though. There ain't
no,
no
what I'm saying
centralized vetting
no, what I'm
process.
saying is, if you take away the ADOS name, right? That means that's the ADOS. When you put that name on, that means that you're vetted. As long as ADOS and your vet is still around, that means motherfucker, it's not even assumed. That means you better motherfucker be up to speed on all of this shit if you run it as a fucking candidate. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you're doing a super PAC talking about changing the fucking name, you know what I'm saying? You took away the vetting process.
Got you.
And that's where the power lies in ADOS.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You took away the educational vetting process. For us, we cannot do without the educational vetting process.
Yeah.
As
We need the educational process.
you know what I'm saying? It's a vetting process. It's a vetting process. You know what I'm saying? Just so that tells me you're not ready for a super PAC if you taking away the fucking vetting process. Cause you ain't got one. You know what I'm saying? You haven't laid out a vetting process. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, because the motherfucker came in under, you know what I'm saying, under your
And
goddamn
yeah,
pack. And now you talk about your ADOS. You know what I'm saying?
right. Mm.
That's what I'm talking about, siphoning off the political capital that we got. You got
Right.
the motherfucker running, right? But who's gonna take the heat again? It's ADOS gonna take the heat for whatever this motherfucker do. You
Right.
know? And
Hmm.
he ain't allowing no motherfucker to even vet it.
Yeah, it's got to be thorough, man. It's got to be thorough.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
my thing is, if you gonna do a pack, I wouldn't even fathom not motherfucking understanding that everything that I do is gonna be fucking secondary to ADOS. Period. I don't give a damn.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How would you even come up to even have that consideration? It's beyond my understanding. You know what I'm saying? You telling me a super PAC supersedes the whole politics itself of ADOS? That's what she was saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the DNC. You know what I'm saying? They'll cut your goddamn heart out if you go against the DNC. You know what I'm saying? They
Well,
cut Bernie.
yeah, they cut him. Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
independent. Yeah.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying with her. You trying to do a pack and you taking away that whole structure, that whole vetting structure. That means that you on some other type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
model are you fucking following? You know what I'm saying? What model are you following? The DNC, the RNC? What fucking political model are you following where you can take away the fucking the vetting base? You know what I'm saying? But you calling yourself a pack. I don't know no packs that can come in, goddamn, and say to the DNC, motherfucker, we running this. Or the RNC.
Right.
And they might and a lot of times they completely goddamn broke. But who still holds the goddamn power?
No, I totally get what you're saying. A pack a pack for the DNC. If you're a DNC pack, you're going to the DNC and you're saying, what do I need from you to be online and to be in accordance with the DNC? Period.
Yes. Period. Period.
I got you. And that's that. I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? That means she didn't understand some dynamics in this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then a lot of times too, I think what goes left with us is we don't handle shit behind the scenes, man. We don't handle it behind the scenes. And a lot of that stuff was aired out. And then when it's aired out, because of ego, you can't walk certain things back. You know? And that's where it gets ugly. Because that is what should have happened instead of going online and maybe going through a diatribe, go through a rant, and you say certain things based on emotion, you know? So I think that's where that went wrong, and that's what we can learn from, especially at that level. You talking about trying to start a pack, you know? Yeah, the RNC ain't playing with you like that. DNC ain't playing with you.
They ain't got no money, and they still ain't playing with your monkey ass.
They got more money than us. What you talking about?
No, I'm talking about in compared to whatever super PAC it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That wants to play with them. They ain't playing that.
You saying the super PAC be having more money than the DNC?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I'm saying. The DNC and they be broke sometimes.
Yeah, but they still, but still,
they still call all the motherfucking shots
because of their political capital
and education and vetting process.
Right. And yeah, it's about that stamp. You getting that seal of approval. Yes. That right there is worth its weight in gold. You know.
That's what. But again. You know what I'm saying? They talking about changing the goddamn. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Got to do this right. Yeah.
You got to. You got to.
Ian.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you already know, man. We going on 4 hours, bro. We're going on 4 hours easy. And I'm not gonna let you do it to me, bro. I'm not gonna let you do it, man. But with that being said, this process gonna have some bumps in the road. We're gonna mess up. This is the most politically sound we've been as a people, bro. That right there alone is powerful. So yes, there are going to be some mistakes made, and this might not be you.
Mm-hmm.
I am of the opinion that there is a level of grace that can be extended in this
Mm-hmm.
because of the bumps in the road.
Mm-hmm.
People. I ain't so bent on sending them out, you know, to the guillotine. You know, I'm willing to give people another chance and say, okay, we can learn from that, you know. But it all depends on the situation, of course. And sometimes you got to look at certain situations and be like, nah, we can't go down that road. We see that for what it is, and it is what it is. But all I say is, in general, we gonna it's in totality, it's gonna be some mistakes made, and we need to be able to learn from 'em. What's your
But
closing
again,
thoughts?
yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, we understand. Hell, you got motherfuckers going at their throats 1 minute and endorsing a motherfucker the next. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you gotta know who motherfucking call the goddamn shots, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the base calls the shots.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't care how much money you talking about, you know what I'm saying, or what you doing on the side. Nothing that you doing, no matter how beneficial, ain't fucking calling the motherfucking shots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you can come back in because that's how the shit work. Motherfuckers be at their throats 1 minute, and as long as you come back in and you up under the umbrella and know who calling the shots, come on back in, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on back. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Come back home.
For sure, come on back. Cause I'd rather have you here than you motherfucker out there being the enemy all day. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
But shit, that don't mean that things change as far as who's calling the shots, though, nigga.
No.
You know
No. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, don't think because I don't want you as an enemy, meaning I don't change my idea of who running this. You know what I'm saying? The base
Right.
running this. Okay.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna change.
That's right.
Whether I'm wrong or you right, the base motherfucker is gonna be goddamn
The base.
it.
Yeah.
Period. Whether I'm wrong or you right.
Yeah.
And you right, I'm wrong. It don't even matter which way it go. The base is the fucking base. You know what I'm saying?
On that note, hey man, appreciate you, bro.
Yes, I appreciate you, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Did we achieve something right here or what?
I think we always achieve something, man.
Yeah.
I think we always achieve something, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's work to be done, man, and as long as we stay focused, man, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
And that's on the whole. That's on the holistic.
Yeah, that's on the holistic. You know what I'm saying? That's on the holistic, nigga. You know it.
All right, bro. Hey, man, I'll talk to you soon, fam.
All right, man. Love you. Peace.
All right, peace and love, brother. 100.
Everybody out there, peace.
Peace.